I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Juan Lugo. Happy belated birthday to Juan Lugo. Juan is retired and he celebrated his birthday on Wednesday, February 8th. And this is from your wife, Sylvia. Today, Juan, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Juan Lugo.
Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really, really white and nerdy.
Hey, good morning and welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia radio show. I am Gene, Jeffrey's in the other room, and we are with you today for this Thursday, February 9th, 2023. This is the first hour of the show, 7 o'clock hour. And coming up on the show today, we're going to have some band folks with us as the Sweetheart concert is just a few days away. And I believe is going to be one of the first official public events to be held in the newly refurbished Estelle Yates Auditorium. I think they did a lot of technology updates is what they did there at the Estelle Yates Auditorium at Artesia High School. We'll have our Senior Center report in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll get our Ocotillo Weekly update, and we'll have our update with Michael Redman from the Artesia Historical Museum. That's all coming up on the show today. Not sure if we've added any video to the today. I know we don't have any high school stuff from our local high schools here. What is all this stuff? Let's see. Yep, okay, we'll do that. I was kind of laughing. I'm getting email from people that I've never signed up for, and I'm trying to think which thing did I sign up for, which service did I sign up for, which web page did I register with that has been selling my email address out to other people. That's not irritating at all. And so I'm quickly trying to unsubscribe as quickly as possible to all this garbage that I've been subscribed to that I don't need to be subscribed to. We've got some NMMI Bronco basketball tonight as they're going to be taking on Clarendon College. And that broadcast is scheduled to start at, the tip-off is set for 6 o'clock tonight from the Cahoon Armory on the campus of New Mexico Military Institute in Rosberg, New Mexico. So we do have some college basketball you can watch on the TV channel tonight. Go to ksvptv.com, click on the NMMI Bronco channel, and some men's basketball tonight against Clarendon College. So get ready for that happening tonight. So looking forward to all of that good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our weather forecast. It looks nice out there. Is it going to be nice out there, Steve?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little cold front moving through eastern New Mexico today, and that'll be causing gusty wind up to 35 miles an hour. We should get sunshine, though. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight, clear and cold, upper teens to low 20s, and then we're in the low 50s with lots of sunshine coming up on Friday. For the upcoming weekend, 60s and mostly sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Well, that'll be nice. That'll be wonderful. We've got sunshine right now. 28 degrees across Artesia. Our humidity is at 59%. The dew point is 16. Our winds are out of the north-northwest at 5, so it feels like it's 23. Pressure at 30.12 and on the rise. Our air quality is 48, so we have good air quality. Sunset will be at 5:37. Sunrise will be at 6:45. Around the region, it's sunshine. 33 in Carlsbad, 30 in Roswell, 34 in Hobbs. Around New Mexico, pretty much sunshine everywhere. 26 in Albuquerque, partly cloudy, and 19 in Santa Fe. Sunny, 26 in Cloudcroft, 27 in Ruidoso, 26 in Las Cruces, 21 in Farmington. There's a chance of some flurries and clouds in Red River at this hour. It's 10 there. Sunshine, 28 in Clovis and in West Texas, 32 in Lubbock, 34 in El Paso. And once again here in Artesia, sunshine, 28 degrees. Let's take a look at our lunch menus and see what the kiddos will be chomping on today. Pop-Tart and cereal is what they're going to be chomping on today. Tommy Salisbury steak. I talked to Tommy yesterday, and he brought a little surprise for the Victory Life folks. So we get their visit later this month. We're going to have, and I think Mr. Patterson's supposed to be here on that visit, so that'll be fun. Anyway, Tommy Salisbury steak and gravy, mashed taters, green beans, and diced pears for lunch today in the Artesia schools. At the senior meal site, steak fingers, mashed potatoes with cream gravy, carrot and raisin salad, whole wheat bread, and strawberry jello with fruit. So it's not just the jello, there's fruit in there. And it's not just the carrot salad, there's raisins in there. Wow, that's what the seniors will be eating today at the senior meal site. At the senior center today, they'll have the folks in town to help you fill out your low-income tax rebate forms. Now, there's a list of things you need to bring with you. If you need to know what that is, you can check in at the center ahead of time. But get your appointment made. They'll be there 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. And again, it's them to help you get all of your paperwork filled out so you can submit it and earn and receive the low-income tax rebate that you've earned. J&J Home Care is going to be there. They're going to be doing blood pressure checks, and that'll be at 10 o'clock this morning. And the exercise video is at 8:15. The painters are at 9. Beginner line dances are at 9:30. The bridge is at 1. The open art studio is at 1. The Swedish weaving is at 1:30. The Texas Hold'em is at 2 o'clock. And there is a dance tonight. Cibolo Springs will be in the house. And that'll be at 7 o'clock tonight. The dance at the Artesia Senior Center. So that's what's happening there. At the library today, it's just a regular go get a book day today. Looks like the kiddo stuff, they took a break from for this week. So, and then tomorrow and Saturday, Friends of the Artesia Public Library have their book sale, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 tomorrow, 10 to 2 on Saturday. So get your dollars ready and your bags ready and they've got pricing based on a single book or a bag of books or a box of books or whatever. But that's Friday and Saturday at the library. Artesia Schools today, the only event we see on the school calendar, the State Student Council Conference, will be at Volcano Vista High School in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. So if you've got a kiddo that's a member of State Student Council, hopefully they're already there in Rio Rancho and getting ready to go. That's the only event that's on the school calendar for today. Birthdays today. Kathy Taylor has a birthday today. Denise Idoy has a birthday today. Robbie Pearson. Margaret Franco. Margaret has a birthday. Happy birthday, Margaret. And, that's what we have on our birthdays today. Kathy, Denise, Robbie, and Margaret. Yesterday was Juan Lugo's birthday today, and I think he's our KSVIP of the day today. So congratulations to Juan's, who had a birthday yesterday. And I think his wife phoned it in and got him on the calendar. He got his flower yesterday. And he is being recognized today for having his birthday yesterday. All right, we need to take our first break of the show. We've got a whole bunch of band kids we're going to get in here. And we'll find out what's happening with the Sweetheart concert. That's next.
Edge Safety and Services, LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screen. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 402 West Main Street inside the Edge Safety and Services facility. Edge Safety and Services, LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
When it comes to your business, Big O Tires knows how important it is to keep your commercial vehicles moving. Why not take your fleet vehicles to the team you trust? Big O Tires has a wide tire selection, offers quality automotive services, and provides priority appointments. With over 60 years experience, our technicians will get your operation back in action quickly. Roll into Big O Tires, your one-stop shop for all your commercial vehicle needs.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
PVT is here to help you connect to reliable internet by providing the Affordable Connectivity Program to qualifying customers. If anyone in your household qualifies for certain government benefits, like free or reduced school lunches or Medicaid, PVT may be able to reduce your current broadband bill by $30 per month. PVT has also created special internet packages that can possibly give you free basic internet for your home. Call 575-748-1241 or visit pvt.com to find out more.
Plumbing, air conditioning, heating, gas lines, sewer jetting, refrigeration, ice machines, RO systems, water softening, sheet metal fabrication, duct cleaning, residential and commercial. Crouch does it all. When you find yourself in need of assistance, give the experts at Crouch Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning a call. The Crouches know quality matters, and they'll find the best solutions for your situation. That's 575-746-3782 for Crouch Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, serving all of Eddy County since 1967.
At Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia, we understand the demands of everyday life, from work to school and all the activities in between. When you're on the go, you need the right transportation at the right time, and we can help. Let our professional sales team assist you in finding the right truck or SUV to handle your daily needs. From hauling kids to hauling equipment, we have the right Chevy, Buick, or GMC to make your life easier. We're here and ready to help today at Guy Chevrolet Company on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia or at guychevy.com.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizer. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Through Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Family Health Center is your all-in-one provider for medical, dental, and behavioral health services. They have highly skilled professionals ready to treat your medical, dental, and behavioral health issues. Appointments are available via phone calls, video calls, and limited office visits to provide you a safe and easy way to take care of your health. Need a COVID test or vaccine? Artesia Family Health not only offers testing, but the Moderna COVID vaccine too. Call and learn more. 575-746-9848 or visit Artesia Family Health at 1105 Memorial Drive in Artesia.
Welcome back on Good Morning Artesia, and today is Artesia High School Band Day, and exciting news as the Sweetheart Concert is coming up and will be performed in the Estelle Yates Auditorium. So we're all excited about that. So let's introduce, got a bunch of them in here today. Is it Jillian Fowler? Yes. Okay, all right. Just lean over there and say hi.
Hi.
Mia Woods?
Hi.
Hi. Angie Villarreal?
Hi.
How do you say your last name, Molly?
Molly Dakota.
Dakota, okay. Molly?
Hi.
Hi. And is that Peyton?
Yes, sir.
And what's your last name?
Stone.
Stone. Peyton Stone. Say hi.
Hi.
So we're glad to have you all with us today, and we'll just start out with Jillian, and just kind of, do you have any brothers, sisters? Introduce your parents, your family, all that good stuff.
Well, my name is Jillian. My parents are Jamie and Steve Fowler, and then I have 3 older brothers.
Okay. All right. Mia, how about you?
My name is Mia. My parents are Melissa Ramsey and Daryl Ramsey, and I have 8 siblings.
Oh my gosh. Where are you within that 8?
I'm a middle kid.
A middle kid. Oh, well, everybody say a prayer for Mia. All right, Angie, your turn.
My name is Angie Villarreal, and my parents are Gerardo and Francisca Villarreal, and I have 1 little brother.
Okay. Would you like another brother or sister? Because I think Mia could probably help you out.
I'm good with the one I have.
You're good. All right, Molly.
My parents' names are Renee and Josh Dakota, and I have 1 older sister and 1 younger sister.
Okay, and then Peyton.
I have 6 siblings, and I live with my grandparents, Johnny and Debbie Schumann.
Excellent. Let's see. Let's start with Mia. What instruments do you play in the band?
I just play the flute.
The flute. Okay. And who? Why did you pick the flute, or who kind of inspired you to get involved in the band?
Well, it was actually my great-grandma that inspired me to get in the band, because her and my other great-grandpa were actually musicians.
Okay.
And they played like the flute, the bassoon, and all that.
And so you picked the flute, and that's
That was the only instrument I could really play.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that. Let's see, Angie, what instruments do you play?
I play clarinet during concert season and cymbals during marching season.
Okay, and who was your who put the first instrument in your hands and said you're going to play music?
Well, actually, my best friend Marissa, she used to be in our band, but now she's in the Clovis band, and she really inspired me because she was already interested in doing it, and I wanted to do something with her, so that's why I'm in band today.
Excellent. Molly, your turn. What instruments do you play?
I play the flute for concert band, and then bass drum 1 for marching band.
Okay, and who inspired you to pick up musical instrument, get in a band, and so forth?
I've always kind of been interested in music. When I was a kid, I played instruments, so when I got to 6th grade, I just thought band would be fun.
Okay, that sounds exciting. Peyton, how about you? What instruments do you play?
I play the French horn during concert season, and then during marching season, I'll play the marching French horn.
And there's a difference, I
Yes.
take it. Okay. What is the difference between the two?
The concert horn, it's kind of like circular. It's shaped like a steering wheel. But then the marching French horn, it's like in the shape of a trumpet, but it's a lot larger.
Okay. And who was your inspiration to pick up a musical instrument and get involved in the bands?
I think that it was just kind of my own choice. Whenever I was going into 6th grade, I just kind of decided that I knew I wanted to be a part of band.
Okay, that sounds cool. And we didn't forget about you, Jillian. What instruments do you play?
I play the saxophone.
Okay. And who was your inspiration to pick up a musical instrument or maybe join the band?
Well, back in 4th grade in my old school, me and my best friend joined together on clarinet, and then I switched to saxophone after freshman year.
Okay, well, exciting for all of you. Angie, let's see, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior, and the rest of you, what grades are you in?
I'm a senior. I'm a sophomore.
I'm a senior.
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, 2 sophomores and 3 seniors, and you've been in the band the whole time, Angie?
Yes,
The
been in the
whole
band the whole time.
All right, being a senior, have you thought about what you might do after graduation?
Yes, I've actually planned. I want to go to ENMU, and I want to major in criminal justice and minor in sociology, and hopefully come back to Artesia, work with the department here, and become a correctional counselor.
Okay, that sounds good. Why are these people crazy? Committing all these crimes, right? That's good. They have a band at Eastern, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Have
but
you thought about continuing on in the band?
I'm still kind of thinking about doing band, but I'm definitely doing cheerleading when I get up there.
Okay, good for you. Let's see, Molly, you're a senior.
Yes.
You thought about what you'd like to do after you graduate?
Yes, I'm also going to Eastern in Portales. I'm going for forensic chemistry.
Okay. You thinking about joining the band there or something else?
I don't know. I've thought about it. I heard you get paid, so it's kind of like...
Ooh.
But I'm not sure.
Well, that's something to consider, right? Yeah. Sorry. Peyton, you're just a sophomore. Have you even thought about what you might like to do after you graduate?
I'd like to pursue a career in the medical field.
Okay. Any particular area, or just see what happens when you start
I think
college?
mainly emergency medicine, like working in the emergency department.
Okay. You're not afraid of blood?
No, sir.
Good. That's probably the first thing you have to be aware of there. Let's see. Jillian, you're just a sophomore. Have you given any thought at all to...
I'm not sure quite what I want to do, but I'd like to go to St. John's University in Maryland with my best friend Case.
Okay. Maryland, that's off a long way away.
I have family down, up there.
Up there, over there, whatever.
Yeah.
Do they have like water and trees and humidity?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And then that brings us back to Mia. So you're a senior.
Yes, sir.
What are you thinking about doing after you graduate?
I'm actually also going to ENMU Portales, and as Angie said, I was going to major in criminal justice and then minor in political science.
Political science. Okay, so you can go after those crazy lying politicians, right? That's good. You think about joining the band up there too? I hear they pay.
I don't know yet. I want to, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
It's a pretty big commitment away from the other things you're trying to do. Let's see. Let's go to Molly. So the Sweetheart concert is on Monday.
Yes.
Can we expect, if we come out to the performance on Monday night, what can we expect? Which bands are you? Are you just in the high school band? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just in the high school band.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you think we'll get to enjoy on Monday?
Well, there's always good music, and there's the jazz band, and then at the very end there's the Sweetheart Court, the crowning.
Okay. Any of you in the jazz band? Did you say that? Any of you? No jazz band folks here? Okay. Peyton, what are you most looking forward to performing in the auditorium on Monday?
I'm looking forward to our song Infinite Hope. There's a lot of French horn features in it, especially for my co-chair, Anne Greenwood. She has a few solos in there that sound pretty good.
Okay. How about you, Jillian? What are you looking forward to on Monday night? Which band are you going to be in Monday?
I'm just in the high school band, but I'm looking most forward to being crowned on the court.
You are? Is that already known, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Mia, what are you looking forward to on Monday night?
Hopefully the La Banda Nascenta. That song's really awesome. I love it. And the crowning of the court. There's 4 of us here that are on the court.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. Which one didn't get in the court?
Sorry, Peyton.
Let's see. Angie, what are you looking forward to on the concert Monday?
I'm definitely looking forward to the Infinite Hope piece we're playing. It's very different, something we've never really done before, and it's really exciting. And I get excited when we play it and rehearse it. And also, I'm really excited about getting crowned on the court. Hoping for that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. That'll be in between some of the band performances. I'm not sure which one Mrs. Dillon was telling me, but
I believe it's at the end.
At the end?
Because I know it's junior high band that plays, and then us, and then the jazz band plays, or it's the jazz band between us while we're getting set up.
I think the jazz band opens.
Yeah,
Jazz band
they opens, and then it's the junior high band, then it's us, and then it's the crowning of the court, because we all have to get off the stage while they do that.
get it all set up for that. Well, that sounds great. What time does everything begin? Do we know?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? All right. And is there any cost, any charge? Do I need to buy a ticket?
Ask Miss Dillon.
No, there's no. I think she said there's no cost for this one. So
Usually this concert's a free admission concert.
okay. And I know Mr. White is excited about the new lights and the new sound, and we're going to try out his new cameras. So we're going to also stream the concert on our website, so if folks can't go or miss it, or you guys want to go back and critique yourselves. Do you ever do that? Do you ever go back and have a recording and go back and critique?
Definitely.
Yeah. Are you hardest on yourselves, or the band teachers are pretty?
It kind of depends.
Yeah, it depends sometimes.
Yeah. What's been your best performance so far?
Best performance.
Well, we've only had really 2 this year: the marching contest and then the spring concert.
Yeah,
No, winter concert.
The winter concert. Yeah. Spring has coming up.
Coming up.
So how and the band got a superior rating in the marching contest. How exciting is that?
It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was really good.
Good way to end up marching for the seniors. And
Yeah, and then there's that gentleman that came in with the car that was in the theme of the. That was kind of neat.
Yeah,
to see that. So, well, good. Was there anything else that we need to add or mention? Anything else that's coming up with the band, or anything else we need to share with folks?
I don't think so.
Not that we know of.
Just spring concert, waiting for that too, and we also have a pre-contest concert.
Yeah.
So that's coming up too.
Be looking for that.
And then Artesia solos and district solos are coming up next month.
Okay. So where does that lead if you do well in solos? Do you?
It doesn't really lead into anything. It's just showing how much you've improved since 6th grade.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's a little bit of improvement there. That'll be good. Well, good. Is anything else? Anybody you want to say hi to? Any?
I don't know.
Angie's thinking about it.
I'll give what's it called? A hi to Laura Wittich and Justin Wittich, because I'm pretty sure they should be watching. So.
Well, if not right this minute, they'll see it, I'm sure, later. So, well, thanks so much for coming in. Peyton Stone, thank you. And Molly Dakota?
Yes.
All right. Did I get it close?
Yeah, that was right.
That was right. All right. Angie Villarreal? Yes. And Mia Woods? Yes. And Jillian Fowler. Thanks so much for coming in, and we'll see you guys on Monday night.
Thank you for having us.
All right. We're going to take a break for some other news items and be right back.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Carlsbad's River Blitz is coming up, the annual cleanup event scheduled for March 4th. Mayor Dale Janway says the focus of this year's cleanup will be along the Pecos River. You can pick up provided supplies starting at 7 a.m. at the Riverwalk Recreation Center. Members of the Eddy County Sheriff's Posse will be cooking lunch for all participants. If you need more information, you can call Keep Carlsbad Beautiful at 575-302-7665. A bill that would block storage of spent nuclear fuel at a proposed facility near Carlsbad has made it through a second legislative committee and is now headed to the U.S. Senate floor, despite support from local government officials from around southeast New Mexico. Holtec International applied for a federal license in 2017 to build the facility. It would act as an interim storage site for spent nuclear fuel rods that are brought to the area on rail cars from nuclear plants across the country. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
What's in a name? A reputation to bring you service and quality. What's in a name?
At Lowell's Pharmacy, we're ready with your flu shot. Flu shots prevent millions of illnesses and flu-related doctor's visits every year. Getting the flu shot has been shown to reduce the risk of having to go to the doctor with flu by 40 to 60%. So take time to visit Lowell's Pharmacy in Artesia and get your flu shot.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Well, we've been talking a lot about basketball the last few weeks, and it may seem like that's the only thing going on, but this might be a good time to hit the reset button because there are other things happening. For instance, some things are about to culminate, swimming and wrestling, and other things are already beginning in the form of practices. Let's start with swimming and diving. The state championships, will be next week in Albuquerque. It'll be at Albuquerque Academy Friday and Saturday. And as is traditional, state wrestling will be going on at the same time over at the Rio Rancho Events Center. Baseball and softball practice started back on January the 30th, and this past Monday, golf started for spring golf, and practice for track and field also started on Monday. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
Round one of the AI chatbot wars was the most embarrassing and costly defeat for Google ever. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Since the arrival of ChatGPT, the human-like AI search engine, Google has been in full panic mode. The founders were called back from retirement. Everyone who hadn't yet been laid off was ordered to come up with Google's own AI chatbot. Like a child running with scissors, Google rushed into production a chatbot named Bard. They rushed Bard into a video ad. They rushed the ad onto the internet. They asked Bard a basic astronomy question. What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope can I tell my 9-year-old about? Bard responded, the James Webb Telescope was used to take the very first pictures of a planet outside the Earth's solar system. And just like that, Bard got it wrong. Millions saw the ad. Google's stock price plunged $100 million. Be tech smart. Get my daily podcast called Kim Commando today. Whether you need it for work, school, or a special project, it's important to have the right printer. The Epson EcoTank is a new type of printer that does not use cartridges. Stop buying expensive ink cartridges and save yourself the frustration of replacing ink cartridges ever again. The Epson EcoTank printers have supersized, easy-to-fill ink tanks and come with a ridiculous amount of ink. If you're like me, you've tried rationing your printing to save yourself from replacing ink cartridges. With the Epson EcoTank, you don't have to worry about running out of ink. So start printing in color all you want. Kiss expensive cartridges goodbye already. Get yours today because EcoTank is changing the way people print. EcoTank makes it easy. Make the switch. Add EcoTank to your online shopping list so you can just fill and chill. Epson EcoTank printers available at participating retailers and at Epson.com/EcoTankKim. That's Epson.com/EcoTankKim. Epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Turpinning & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. Funeral services are pending for Jesse Segura of Artesia, who passed away on February 3rd at the age of 73. These reminders, a memorial service is scheduled for 10 a.m. Saturday, February 11th at Turpinning & Son Chapel for Patricia Ann Dudley of Artesia, who passed away on February 1st at the age of 66. Dickie Townley will officiate at the services. Cremation will take place under the direction of Turpinning & Son Mortuary. And a memorial service is scheduled for 11 a.m. Saturday at West Main Baptist Church for Stephen Mark Joyce of Artesia, who died February 1st at the age of 63. Jason Kraft will officiate at the services. Cremation will take place under the direction of Turpinning & Son Mortuary. This listing has been presented as a service of Turpinning & Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. Let's get a personal weather forecast out there. Steve, what's going to happen with the weather today?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little cold front moving through eastern New Mexico today, and that'll be causing gusty wind up to 35 miles an hour. We should get sunshine, though. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight, clear and cold, upper teens to low 20s, and then we're in the low 50s with lots of sunshine coming up on Friday. For the upcoming weekend, 60s and mostly sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And Right now in Artesia, we've got sunshine, 31 degrees. Our humidity is 54%. The dew point is 17. Our winds are out of the north at 5. Pressure at 30.15 and rising. Our air quality is 48. We have good air quality. Around the region, our sunset, 5:37 this afternoon, 6:45 in the morning. Around the region, lots of sunshine, 36 in Carlsbad, 35 in Roswell, 38 in Hobbs, America. Around New Mexico, sunny and 28 in Albuquerque. They're expecting some snow, 21 in Santa Fe. Sunshine, 27 in Cloudcroft and Ruidoso, 29 in Las Cruces, 22 in Farmington. Cloudy and 10 at Red River. Clovis, 30 and sunny, and in West Texas, sunny, 34 in Lubbock, 35 in El Paso. Again, here in Artesia, it is sunny and 31 degrees. Is there a place in the world that you would like to know what the weather is right now? Anywhere?
North Dakota.
North Dakota?
Yeah.
North Dakota. Let's look up North Dakota. Let's see. I have Northern Ireland, North Carolina. No. Let's see. North Dakota. Here we go. North Dakota. Breezy and 23.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
cold up there.
What about Scotland?
Scotland. Any place in particular in Scotland?
No.
Loch Ness, maybe? Am I even spelling that right? Loch Ness. Yeah, here we go. Inverness, Scotland. Breezy and 42. But I don't know if that's metric or... I think it's just regular temperature is 42 degrees. So, who wants to go to Scotland?
I want to go there.
You want to go there?
Yeah, I want to go there in Germany.
Germany, all right. And, well, the barking guy was stationed in Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you have to ask him about it sometime. He'll tell you all about the trains and everything, how well they run. So, take a break, see what's happening in the world of the Wall Street markets on the Wall Street Business Report.
Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street's main stock indexes slipped on Wednesday as comments from the Federal Reserve officials intensified worries over the central bank's rate hike path. Two Federal Reserve officials on Wednesday said more interest rate rises are in the cards as the U.S. Central Bank presses forward with its efforts to cool inflation, but declined to say whether unexpectedly hot jobs data would push them back to a more aggressive monetary policy stance. President Biden was in Wisconsin Wednesday, a battleground state he won by the slimmest of margins in 2020, to press his economic message and other themes from his State of the Union address. The president promoted his economic plan at a training center run by the Laborers International Union of North America near Madison, Wisconsin. Shoppers around the world will pay even more for groceries this year than they did in 2022. That's according to retailers, consumer goods firms, and investors. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It's almost Valentine's Day, and you're not sure what to get for your Valentine? Give the gift of flowers from Teleflora and Lovebud Floral in Artesia. Teleflora arrangements feature beautiful, fresh roses in red or pink, delivered in a selection of keepsake vases. Your Teleflora Valentine gift can be delivered to your sweetheart at home, at the office, or across the country, wherever she may be. Order right now before you forget. Lovebud Floral and Gifts, 575-748-1010, or stop by 1010 West Main, Artesia. Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham, presented by the Coalition of Christians for Biblical Creation and Fulkerson Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. CCBC is an interdenominational coalition of Christians from Artesia who believe that the account of origins presented in Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Fulkerson Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your best bet yet for great service. For over 41 years, thousands of customers have chosen Fulkerson. Call 622-1600 or visit www.fulkersonplumbing.com. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
Humans, made uniquely. This is Ken Ham, heading up the ministry that's built a 510-foot-long Noah's Ark. As we've seen this week, some Christians believe God created using evolution. Now, we've already seen that the Bible's clear. God created in just 6 days. Also, evolution puts death before sin. And, according to Genesis, one kind won't change into another kind. But what about the creation of man? According to evolution, man came from an ape-like creature. But the Bible says Adam was made from the dust of the ground. After sin, God tells Adam that he came from dust so he would return to dust. He didn't return to an ape-like creature because that's not where he came from. Humans were created different from all creation, made in God's image.
God's Word provides the true history of all life and the universe. Discover answers when you visit us at AnswersRadio.com and listen to this program again at AnswersRadio.com.
Hey, we're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. It is Thursday, February 9, and really enjoyed having our band members in the studio with us in the previous segment. Jeffrey will get that posted a little later on this morning, but Sweetheart Concert Monday night, 7 o'clock at the Estelle Yates Auditorium, and it is a free concert for folks to come out and enjoy, and it'll be the first official public event, I think, in the newly updated Estelle Yates Auditorium. A technology lighting update, primarily what they've done there, but they made a few other changes as well. Finally, everybody got their scores reported, and just kind of looking at the basketball standings, and it's looking really good for both the boys and the girls basketball teams going into the second half of the district basketball season. On the girls' side of things, and which one is this? Yeah, okay, this is boys. They don't really make it clear on the website what it is, but they do add the word girls if it's the girls. So it's like the 4A basketball standings. Well, is this boys or girls? Well, if we don't say it's boys, I guess, is the protocol here. Anyway, for the girls, they are 3-0. Artesia girls are 3-0. They are 14-8 overall, and 3-0 in district play. And everybody else in district on the girls' side is 1-2. Goddard's 1-2. Portales is 1-2. Lovington is 1-2. Lovington got a district win at Goddard on Tuesday night, and so Goddard has one win over Portales. And they've lost Artesia and Lovington. Portales has a win over Lovington and has lost to Goddard and Artesia. And then Lovington has a win over Goddard and a loss to Portales and Artesia. So the second half of the district run starts Friday night, and Lovington is coming here to Artesia, and Portales is headed up to Roswell to play at Ground Zero. And we will have coverage of both of those games on Friday night. The Artesia-Lovington game here on KSVP and KSVPTV.com on the Artesia Bulldog channel. Portales at Goddard will be on the Goddard channel at KSVPTV.com on Friday night at around 5:30. And we say around 5:30 because there's a JV game that's played ahead of it. If the JV game runs a little long, it could push back the start of the game. I mention that because not all the time, but occasionally we'll get a phone call from somebody and where's the game? Where's the game? And we'll have to explain that it's not a hard start at 5:30, that there's a JV game ahead of it. We don't stream or broadcast the JV game, so our broadcast won't start until after the conclusion of the JV game, and then our broadcast will start. And so just keep listening to Mark Levin, and you'll be good to go. Boys, what's funny about the boys, it's identical. It's identical. Artesia Bulldogs are 3-0. Boys are 14-9 overall on the season. And then Lovington, Goddard, and Portales are 1-2. Lovington lost to Goddard on Tuesday night. And Portales, their one win is over Goddard. And so that's how that is shaken out after the first 3 games of the district season. Lovington, Goddard, and Portales are 1-2 overall in district. Lovington's 12-9, Goddard's 11-12, and Portales is 14-9. Same thing on Friday night. Lovington is here at Artesia. Portales is in Roswell at Goddard. And those games follow the girls' games. So the girls' games are scheduled to start around 5:30, which means the boys' games are going to start around 7:15 on Friday night. Joby and Robbie, Jeffrey, and our crew will be at the pit Friday night. So those of you that can't make it to the game will be able to listen here on the radio or watch it online. And again, the same thing at the Ground Zero at Goddard High School. Chris and Chris, Coach White, Coach Deck will be there courtside with our camera, and we'll have video streaming coverage of the girls and the boys games on KSVPTV.com on Friday night. So looking forward to that. Next week, Tuesday, Artesia goes to Portales, and is it Goddard and Lovington? I think it's Goddard and Lovington again, even though they just played on Tuesday night. They play again on Tuesday night because that's the last Tuesday was the makeup for the previous Tuesday. And that game will be in Lovington because they played up in Roswell on Tuesday. So that game will be in Lovington on Tuesday. And then on Friday next week, not tomorrow, but a week from Friday, Goddard comes here, and Portales and Lovington play each other to finish out the district season. The winner of the district. Now, if there's a tie, you can't determine the district winner by the tiebreaker. So I think there's a neutral site playoff game to determine the district champion, I think, probably on the Monday following. And then the district tournament starts on Tuesday, and 4 goes to 3, the winner goes to 2, and then the winner comes to number 1. And they usually play games on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Friday for the girls, Saturday for the boys. But we'll see how the schedules all shake out. But if things keep going the way they are, both the Artesia boys and girls will be sitting back and waiting to see who survives between the other 3 teams, and will play for the district tournament championship. So, and then the following weekend, after the district tournament, they have the selection Sunday, and they seed the tournament, state basketball tournament. 16 teams get to go. And then the following weekend, after the conclusion of the district tournament weekend, is the first round of the state tournament, and it's played at the higher seed. So 16 goes to 1, 15 goes to 2, and so on and so forth. And we'll see how that goes with all of that. Looking at the girls' basketball rankings, we've talked about the standings, but let's look at the well, how come? Well, why don't they have the whole thing? I am in a puzzle here. There's the schedule, there's the full rankings, all of New Mexico. My Max Preps app does not allow me to bring up the 4A rankings for girls basketball. That's kind of weird. Let's see if it works that way on the boys. There's the 5A, and there's the all 4A rankings. Something's messed up on their app, because I think if I go to the website, they'll probably be there. This was updated on the 6th, so this was updated on Monday, after all the weekend games were counted in. Artesia boys are ranked number 6 in 4A basketball in New Mexico. Academy is number 1, Highland is 2, Hope Christian is 3, so St. Pius X is 4, and Del Norte is 5. And then you have the Artesia Bulldogs at number 6. Portales, out of our district, comes in at number 8. I'm sorry, number 9. Portales out of our district. Lovington, out of our district, comes in at number 15. And where is Goddard? Oh, there's Goddard. They're number 16. So all four of our teams are in the top 16 right now. But if you look at, when they get into the seeding and who's guaranteed and who's not guaranteed and who they have to move around outside of the district champions, I guess you could say Lovington and Goddard are on the bubble. They're bubble teams right now at 15 for Lovington and 16 for Goddard. You've got Silver City with a 12-9 record, and they're 18. Bloomfield at 11-11 is at number 21. So they both have similar records to Goddard and Lovington. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Artesia at number 6, if they can maintain that, pick up a couple more wins on the way to district, win the district title. They should, based on this information here, they should earn a first-round home game in the state basketball tournament. But that is kind of funny. I'm on there. I'm on the Max Preps app, and if I go to rankings, it is not bringing up the 4A rankings. I wonder if I could do that on the website there. I'll try it on the website and see. But hey, we're going to be there to cover our Bulldogs and our Lady Bulldogs all the way through the state tournament. And if you can't make it to the games, we'll have them on the radio for sure. Keep in mind when you get into the state tournament, once we get past the first round, which may be a home game, it goes to the higher seed. But once you get past the first round, we no longer have the rights to the video, and we have to ask for permission from the NMAA. And it usually, when they get to the pit, they have their own people and they do their own broadcasting, and you have to buy the ticket to their subscription service. That is totally weird. It's also on my browser on my iPad here. That when I pull up the Artesia girls basketball rankings, it does not bring up. It only brings up all of New Mexico. It doesn't bring up the 4A rankings, which of course Artesia is 4A. So I'll have to try it on my desktop computer to see if they've got a glitch in the old deal. But we'll be there to follow. I mean, definitely on the radio. They get to Albuquerque, boys or girls or both. We won't be able to do video from Albuquerque, but we will be doing radio, and we'll have announcers there, and you'll be able to listen to the games live here on KSVP. And we put the audio on our video stream, so if your favorite way to follow along is a YouTube link or a Facebook link, you won't see the game. We always get, even though we'll put on there audio only, and we make it like the biggest thing on the screen. We make it to where it's so big, if you're even watching on your phone on Facebook, the first thing you're going to see is audio only. And then we put it in the title, audio only, Artesia versus blah, 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 state basketball tournament. And we'll still get a question. Your picture's not moving. Bring them on camera. We can't see the action. It's like, well, it's audio only. It means no video. Audio only means just the audio. But it's always fun to see those. We get one or two of those comments whenever we do those things, and we go out of our way to try to make sure that you see that it is audio only, that there's no video. So when they get to Albuquerque for the for that last bit of action there, it'll be radio only. We don't get to do the video for that, and you'll have to, the same people that brought you the state football championship game will be bringing you the state basketball tournament. Same people. And so, yeah, you can look forward to that. The same people that brought you the state football championship game at Farmington last fall. Same folks. We'll be on hand to do that. Next hour, we're going to talk to Carol from the Senior Center, see what's happening over there. We may be on the phone with Carol because I know they're kind of busy with the low-income rebate assistance and other things that are going on. But one way or the other, we will have an update from the Artesia Senior Center next hour. You may be wondering, and have wondered for a long time, why the price of beef is so high. We may have part of the answer for that, and a whole lot more. This is KSVP Artesia. It is 8 o'clock. Time for coffee.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. 19,000 and counting, the death toll from the earthquake and the aftershocks that have devastated parts of Turkey and Syria. The BBC's Anna Foster is in the region. It was the epicenter of the quake.
People I've just been talking to say that they have real concerns about the children who are now sleeping outside. They say that the children are starting to get high temperatures. And of course, there are no pharmacies open at the moment. There's nowhere to get medicine or the kind of medical help that they need, because of course medics are helping the wounded, the people with crush injuries from the earthquake.
Rescuers are racing the clock to pull survivors from the rubble, although hopes of finding more people alive are fading. Quoting Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, there's a new sheriff in town. The Republican governor making the remark as he vows to strip Disney of its special status as a self-governing entity. The woke corporation will also have to, in governor's words, pay their fair share of taxes. Continuing his post-State of the Union blitz, President Biden goes to Florida today.
After visiting Wisconsin yesterday, the president heads to Tampa to discuss proposals to safeguard Social Security and Medicare and lower the cost of health care. It's part of his administration's plan to take the State of the Union message across the country. Florida also happens to be the home of two Republican presidential hopefuls, Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. The number of people applying for unemployment rose 13,000 last week from the week before, hitting 196,000, although layoffs do remain historically low, despite the Fed's interest rate hikes aimed at slowing the economy to fight inflation. Legendary composer Burt Bacharach has died. He was 94 years old. Stocks higher on Wall Street, the Dow up 225 points, the NASDAQ ahead 112. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Stock market traders, the new year is here, and it's time to stop taking chances with your portfolio or retirement funds. Take control of your trading and dominate volatility with the power of artificial intelligence technology from Vantage Point. Text the word demo to 813-813 to learn more. You can discover how to predict stock market trends up to 3 days ahead with incredible accuracy. Whether you trade stocks, options, forex, or futures, Vantage Point's patented AI can give you a massive edge in 2023. Text DEM to 813-813 and learn what you need to stay ahead of markets and find big moves before they happen. Don't wait. Text DEMO to 813-813. Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past results do not guarantee future performance. By texting, you agree to the terms available at VantagePointSoftware.com and consent to receive calls and texts using automated technology about offers or info by or on behalf of Vantage Point. Your consent is not a condition to purchase and can be revoked at any time. Message and data rates may apply. Text DEMO to 813-813.
Big bucks pouring into primary care clinics as healthcare giants look for ways to cut costs by keeping people healthy.
CVS Health has announced it will spend nearly $11 billion to buy Oak Street Health, a company that runs care centers for mostly lower to middle income people with Medicare Advantage plans. 3 months ago, Walgreens announced a $9 billion investment in Village MD's acquisition of Summit Health City MD, an urgent and primary care chain. CVS CEO Karen Lynch says she sees primary care as a key to improving patient health. She says although primary care represents only about 10% of healthcare spending nationally, it holds what she calls significant influence over healthcare use. I'm Mike Hempen.
Ukrainian President Zelensky wrapping up a visit with his major European backers, getting more pledges of military aid. Townhall.com. A group of top state prosecutors appealing to the Biden administration to do something about drug cartels that have benefited greatly from the wide-open southern border.
Numerous state attorneys general want Mexican drug cartels to be classified as terrorist organizations. In a letter to President Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, AGs from various states, including Texas, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, and Ohio, said the classification is necessary due to the ever-increasing amount of American deaths due to fentanyl and the increase in human trafficking. The AGs say cartels are a national security threat. Tasha Stevens reporting.
We could hear more today about the Chinese spy balloon that traveled clear across the U.S. Members of Congress being offered a classified briefing from Pentagon, State Department, and Intel officials. We'll see if any of the lawmakers have anything to say about the situation after the briefing. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Juan Lugo. Happy belated birthday to Juan Lugo. Juan is retired and he celebrated his birthday on Wednesday, February 8th. And this is from your wife, Sylvia. Today, Juan, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Juan Lugo.
My front lawn, I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy, really white and nerdy.
Well, hello. Welcome back to the Good Morning Artesia radio show. It is Thursday, February 9. This is the hour number 2, 8 o'clock hour of the show. Still to come this hour, we'll hear from Carol at the Artesia Senior Center. Get an update on the happiness going on there at the Senior Center today. 9 o'clock hour, we have our weekly update from the Ocotillo. I know they've got some more shows coming up. They got the tango deal and they got the meatball deal and some other events that are coming up you may have an interest in. And then we'll finish up the 9 o'clock hour talking to Michael Redmond from the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center. We've been kind of going back in time. And last week we were talking about the political parties that were in existence pre-Civil War. And just how crazy things were. That's why a lot of people were talking about the State of Confusion address that was Tuesday night, and there was quite a bit of commentary coming from the audience, if you will, as the president was saying different things in his speech. And some folks were saying, well, that's just not proper decorum. That's just not proper behavior for an astute body of the House of Representatives. And now, really, you're going to go down that path. You're going to say that. How many Democrats refused to go to the State of the Union address when Donald Trump was president of the United States? And they made a big deal out of not going to the State of the Union address. You know, I don't care if you voted for the guy, didn't vote for the guy, like the guy, hate the guy. I think you should go, if you're a member of the House or the Senate, you should go to the State of the Union address. I think it's just the proper thing to do. Don't have to clap, don't have to stand up, don't have to boo, don't have to say a stinking word, but you should go. And so the media made a big deal out of all these Democrats that didn't go see Trump's speech. But Marjorie Taylor Greene jumps up and yells liar a couple of times, and all of a sudden, you know, those Republicans. Who could forget Nancy Pelosi, who gets an official copy of the State of the Union address, an official copy of the State of the Union address, and she tears it in two. And she didn't take it back to her office and tear it in two. She didn't go out back behind the Capitol and tear it in two. She stood up at the end of the speech. Half the House is applauding. Half the people are, yeah, he's Trump, what an idiot. And she sits there and rips the thing in two. So don't say anything to me about proper behavior at the State of the Union address by Marjorie Taylor Greene when you had the Speaker of the House take that kind of action when Donald Trump was the Speaker. So, you know, it's interesting. It's an interesting time that we live in. But if you go back and look at history, you there's all kinds of craziness that went on back in the day, so we tend to look at things from our own awareness, from our own lifetime, and that's so our history goes back, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever, but we don't really have the proper understanding or perspective of how things were maybe 100 years ago or 150 years ago or even 200 years ago. In the interactions in Congress. And you can't always go by the movies. I mean, you could watch the movie Lincoln, which a lot of people say is a pretty good movie, but is that exactly how the conversation took place in the Congress as they were debating whether or not to abolish slavery? We don't know. We weren't there. It's not transcribed. There's not a recording. We can't pull up a wire recording and listen to the conversation between the senators. So, you just have to go by what the deal. Historical fiction.
That's the genre.
Yeah. Historical fiction. Apollo 13. Great movie. Did it actually go the way that it did when the explosion happened and all that kind of stuff? I was watching a piece on the YouTubes, Jeffrey, and let me get these other microphones turned off. And they played as a part of the piece, the Hollywood kind of dramatized when the explosion happened and the different buttons and the interaction between the astronauts. If you listen to the actual recording of the conversation between the astronauts and Houston, very calm.
Yeah.
Houston, I think we have a problem. They didn't get, they're going through their checklist and doing all that stuff. I'm sure internally,
oh yeah,
they're freaking out,
But they're trained.
But they're trained. But so Hollywood for the movie, if that's how they depicted the dialogue, it's a documentary. I'm not a big fan of documentaries,
Right.
So anyway, it just
The Last Kingdom, that series on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a split?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It, who was it that, a friend in Roswell, when Game of Thrones was big, and the last season started, we were talking to each other, and she said, I haven't really gotten into that, but The Last Kingdom, she said, watch that because it's Game of Thrones but it's all real events. And in watching, I was like, of course, all the conversations, the miniature love affairs or whatever, all that's made up. That's for the dramatic.
Yeah.
Now, all of the people existed, the marriages, everything in there existed and can be proven as history, except
the
all
actual
the dialogue.
The actual words, and that had to be just based on their writings and things they could find.
And where they want to take the story from historical events, it's like, okay, let's make up how they get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Even though this has nothing.
Well, a couple of your World War II movies are based on events in World War II. Okay. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
There was the Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
With Ben Affleck and
Kate Taylor.
Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Kate Beckinsale. No, you're thinking of Armageddon.
I thought she was also in one of the Pearl Harbor type movies.
May have been. Anyway, that movie didn't get good reviews and kind of got panned. And it's because the people, the characters, and the events that happened.
Right.
But these were not necessarily the people that had anything to do with it. It was more about the story between the two guys and the nurse. Tora, however, is they tried to make it as accurate as possible based on the actual people and the actual characters who were in it. There were two movies made about Midway. There was one that came out in the 70s, and Charlton Heston was in it. And his character and the interactions with his son, who had a Japanese girlfriend, and the whole thing with the internment camps that we had at the time, that was all made up. That was a composite of different stories and different people and different things. Now, the other events that happened and the other characters that were in the movie were real people.
Right.
And the outcome of the battle was the same as how it actually did. And then a couple of years ago, the movie Midway came out. A lot of CGI. on it. But those characters, I don't think they had a composite character in there. I think all those characters were the real characters that were a part of that whole
so it's the real people, and we'll get the story more correct.
Yeah.
Then
now, was it exactly how they said things and exactly how things were? No. But it pretty well did a decent job of depicting the timeline, the decisions that the Japanese commanders were having to make based on these different air attacks that were coming in from different things, on things they didn't know about. And but they didn't have a composite, Charlton Heston character that was a part of that.
They didn't have a lead protagonist.
Right. And then you go to movies like Apollo 13 or Lincoln, and a lot of people like those movies, but how accurate were those conversations and some of those other stories and events that took place in there? I think. Or if they did have the conversations, did they have them in the way that they were depicted in the movie, or were they, totally different? I don't know. It's kind of crazy to see how all that stuff is. And how it's depicted in Hollywood, what they choose to do.
And how it's kind of like data, a graph. I never trust the graph because any set of data, you can make that say whatever you want it to say.
Yeah.
You just have to ask the right question and place some ands or ors in the...
And then you have Chat GPT.
Yeah, it's just... they just do.
Yeah.
But they will skew dialogue. They'll write the dialogue whatever they want to push whatever they want.
Historical perspective of what happened always tends to be written by the victors.
Oh yeah.
And who was it? Was it Clint Eastwood? Didn't he direct a couple of movies based on Iwo And one was done from the American perspective, and one was done from the Japanese perspective?
Or was that a TV show? Or, like not TV, it was Showtime or something.
I'll have to look, because I never saw those, and I thought it was kind of interesting, but I'll have to look that up and see. Because I think he went out of his way to do same event, but the two different...
from the two different perspectives.
Yeah.
What was the World War II show that I believe was on HBO?
Well, there's Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers. I believe there was they did another one about Iwo Jima.
Okay. And let's see all. I'm just trying to find him as his as a director, because he's been known as a pretty decent pretty decent director, in addition to Cry Macho. I didn't see that one, but a lot of good stuff. Richard Jewell, the story of the guy that got accused of being the bomber before the Olympics there in Atlanta. The Mule, a lot of people have talked about that.
That was good.
American Sniper. Gran Torino.
That's the one that I remember thinking, he's a great director.
Flags of Our Fathers.
Okay.
And Letters from Iwo Jima. Flags of Our Fathers, the life stories of the 6 men who raised the flag at the Battle of Iwo Jima, which is an interesting story in and of itself, what happened to those guys, and that the flag that we see that's depicted in sculptures and so forth was actually the second flag that was put up on the hill. And then Letters from Iwo Jima, the story of the battle between the Battle of the story of the Battle of Iwo Jima between the United States and Imperial Japan, as told from the perspective of the Japanese who fought it.
Yeah.
So those two movies came out in 2006, and so you had Flags of Our Fathers, American perspective, and what happened to those soldiers that raised the flag over Iwo Jima, and then Letters from Iwo Jima, based on the Japanese perspective of what happened. The Japanese military culture at the time was you don't ever give up. You don't surrender. You fight to the death. And that's basically what the Japanese army and military was put in a position of having to do in all those islands, as the U.S. Navy and the Marines were working their way up the islands, getting closer and closer to going in on actual Japan itself. So, but I'll have to check those out, because I familiar with them. I've just never seen them. But it would be kind of interesting. But most movies that are made based on historical events tend to be, on the victor's perspective of things.
The winners write history.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to do that. Shall we do the weather? Are you configured for the weather back there, Jeffrey?
Start up the camera.
Fire up the camera. See what's happening out there at the 12 Mile Hill camera location. Steve-O, what do you know for weather?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little cold front moving through eastern New Mexico today, and that'll be causing gusty wind up to 35 miles an hour. We should get sunshine, though, our afternoon high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight, clear and cold, upper teens to low 20s, and then we're in the low 50s with lots of sunshine coming up on Friday. For the upcoming weekend, 60s and mostly sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve-O. It looks nice out there with the sun and all the stuff, but I guess that wind's going to kick in at some point today. Matter of fact, around 10 o'clock today, the winds are going to kick up until at least 7 o'clock tonight. Isn't that lovely? 36 degrees at this hour. Humidity at 47%. The dew point is 18. Winds are out of the north at 6 right now. Our Gesundheit. Pressure is at 30.17 and rising. Our air quality is 50. We have good air quality. The high yesterday was 61. The overnight low was 23. 1 year ago, we had a high of 67 and a low of 20. Minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 37 and 39 degrees. Sunset at 5:37, sunrise at 6:45. Around the region, sunshine, 40 in Carlsbad and Roswell, 42 in Hobbs. Around New Mexico, sunshine, 28 in Albuquerque, snow, and 22 in Santa Fe. Sunshine at Cloudcroft, 27, 29 in Ruidoso, 33 in Las Cruces, 24 in Farmington. Red River's got some cloudy skies, 10 at this hour. And then on the east side and into West Texas, sunshine, 34 in Clovis, 37 in Lubbock, 38 in El Paso, and again here in Artesia, we've got sunny skies, 36 degrees. Hey, let's take a look at some other stuff happening around the area this weekend and into next week when we come back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
In volatile times, it's natural to worry about your retirement.
Hon, I'm worried about our retirement account.
With today's economy, it just makes sense to keep your retirement money close to home with people you know. We have several guaranteed safe options. Peace of mind with retirement savings. It just makes sense. Western Bank of Artesia. Member FDIC. It just makes sense.
The Artesia Arts Council presents Camaradas Tango Obsession, Sunday, February 12th, 2 p.m. at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center in Artesia. Tango Obsession features tango music by Astor Pizziola, Raul Guarena, and traditional tango. Tickets are $35 for adults and $10 for kids K through 12. A tango class will be offered at 1 p.m. $25 per couple, $15 per person, and attendees of the class receive a 25% discount on show tickets. Visit ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com for more information. Camarados Tango Obsession, Sunday, February 12th, 2 p.m. at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center in downtown Artesia.
At Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia, we understand the demands of everyday life, from work to school and all the activities in between. When you're on the go, you need the right transportation at the right time, and we can help. Let our professional sales team assist you in finding the right truck or SUV to handle your daily needs. From hauling kids to hauling equipment, we have the right Chevy, Buick, or GMC to make your life easier. We're here and ready to help today at Guy Chevrolet Company on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia or at GuyChevy.com.
Hi, this is Social Norman. DWI is socially unacceptable. Nearly all drivers feel it's unacceptable to drink, then drive. Here's a rhyme to help you remember. Pedro walked back home, by golly. His kids were there, and his wife, Molly. He knew better than to drink and drive. He wanted to make it home alive. You have a lot to lose. Heed the warnings. You could kill or injure someone, or lose your own life. If you're driving, even one drink is too many.
DWI, so dangerous, it's criminal. See a drunk driver? Call 911.
Through Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Family Health Center is your all-in-one provider for medical, dental, and behavioral health services. They have highly skilled professionals ready to treat your medical, dental, and behavioral health issues. Appointments are available via phone calls, video calls, and limited office visits to provide you a safe and easy way to take care of your health. Need a COVID test or vaccine? Artesia Family Health not only offers testing, but the Moderna COVID vaccine too. Call and learn more. 575-746-9848 or visit Artesia Family Health at 1105 Memorial Drive in Artesia.
Time to reload with LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition has reloaded and is stocked up. And that means the best selection in the state just got even better. Now through Valentine's Day, get 10% off all firearms, 15% off all safes, 20% off micro conversion kits, and up to 20% off all accessories. Plus, LGS gift cards make the perfect gift for Valentine's Day. LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammo across from Target in Roswell and lgsguns.com.
American Oil and Natural Gas provides a reliable energy solution, powers our economy, and ensures energy independence over foreign sources. As one of the country's leading producers, Coterra Energy has a responsibility to help meet these needs. We are growing our team and bringing on new team members who are passionate about energy and making a difference in the Permian. New team members receive a sign-on bonus and have access to an incredible benefits package. To apply, text Coterra to 71441. That's COTERRA to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
In volatile times, it's natural to worry about your retirement.
Hon, I'm worried about our retirement account.
With today's economy, it just makes sense to keep your retirement money close to home with people you know. We have several guaranteed safe options. Peace of mind with retirement savings. It just makes sense. Western Bank of Artesia. Member FDIC. It just makes sense.
Hey, let's look at some stuff happening around town. You may have an interest in the folks with the United, used to be United Blood Services, Vitalant. I don't know if I'm ever not going to say United Blood Services at some point in time. Let's see. We've got today and Saturday, they're going to be out collecting blood. Vitalant will be in Roswell today at Church on the Move. They'll be in the foyer, 10 o'clock this morning. And then on Saturday, as Aaron mentioned this when we talked to Aaron Irving, they're going to drive the Bloodmobile down to the parking lot of the cafeteria there at Carlsbad High School. And they're going to be taking blood 8 to noon tomorrow. And if you make your appointment and you go donate blood at the blood drive there at the Bloodmobile in Carlsbad Saturday morning, they'll give you a free ticket for the pancake breakfast. You don't have to give blood to get the pancakes, but you can get the pancakes for free if you give blood. So call or text Stephanie, 575-840-8178. Again, today at Church on the Move in Roswell, and Saturday, the Bloodmobile down in Carlsbad at the Pancake Day. Artesia Classical Academy is having an information night tonight, 6 o'clock. You can learn more at artesiaclassicalacademy.org. The school is located at 2512 West Bush Avenue. So that's Artesia Classical Academy Information Night tonight. Widow's Mite is meeting tonight. They meet every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. at the West Main Church, 1701 West Main. And that's widowsmitenm.com is the website. It is a support group for widows at any stage of grief. Aaron confirmed this with us, not that Aaron, the other Aaron. United Way of Eddy County drive-through food distribution is still going on. It is the second Friday of every month. This month it is February 10th. That is tomorrow. In Artesia at West Main Church at 8:30 a.m., Carlsbad 10 a.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church. Distribution will begin when the truck arrives. If you arrive early, be patient. No restrooms are available. USDA guidelines will be followed. Come prepared to verify income. And Lana told me how many folks they served last month. Was it 125? She told me last month how many, or she told me this week how many they were served last month. That's what string of actual events. Let's see. Artesia Educational Retirees. They've got their monthly meeting coming up. It is tomorrow, 11:30. They meet in the Artesia Public Schools Administration Boardroom. If you are a retiree of the Artesia Public Schools, you are certainly invited to attend. So that's the Artesia Educational Retirees monthly meeting tomorrow, 11:30 at the Administration Boardroom. I think the deadline has passed for registering for the father-daughter dance. Just a reminder, if you did sign up for that or your daughter signed you up for it, that is going to take place tomorrow night at the St. Damien Center in Artesia, 1111 North Roselawn. So hopefully your daughter invited you to the father-daughter dance, and that'll be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock tomorrow night, St. Damien Center. Make sure you get over there if you've been invited to go, because they had to limit folks based on how many registered, all that good stuff. We mentioned this last hour. The book sale, Friends of the Library book sale is tomorrow and Saturday at the Artesia Public Library, 9:30 to 5:30 on Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturday, $1 per book, $5 for a bag of books, and $10 to $15 for a box. I think it depends on the size box you bring with you. But these are books that have been culled from the collection there, others that have been donated, and the proceeds go to the Friends of the Library, and they support programs there at the library. So that is Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and Saturday, at the Artesia Public Library. Carlsbad Rotary Pancake Day is Saturday, and that's at the Carlsbad High School cafeteria. Ticket price is $5. And if you dine in, it's all you can eat. And they've got sausage and juice and coffee along with the pancakes. They've got raffle tickets available for $5. They've got gift certificates, big screen TVs, recliners, coolers, handmade bracelets, and more on the raffle. So bring your $5 for your pancakes, bring your $5 for your raffle ticket, and come out and support the Carlsbad Rotary Club. And again, if you give blood in the Bloodmobile Saturday morning, you'll get a free ticket for the Pancake Day. So that's coming up on Saturday. The Tango Workshop is Sunday at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center. 1 o'clock is the workshop. 2 o'clock is the Camaradas Tango Obsession performance. If you take the class, you get a 25% discount on your ticket for the show. So the way that works is when you go online to buy your tickets, buy the ticket for the class first, because then you're given a code, and then when you go buy the ticket to the show, you enter in the code that you got from the ticket you bought for the class, and you get a 25% discount off the ticket price of the show. ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com is the website. That's where you can go buy your tickets, pick your seat, all that other good stuff. And that's coming up on Sunday. So if you wanted to tango or at least watch a great tango performance, that's Sunday. And they promise to have everything done in time so that you can get to the Super Bowl game. I guess that's Sunday. Let's see. Artesia High School Publications is going to be rolling out their 2023 publication this year. It's the annual yearbook. And local businesses can support the yearbook project by purchasing a business advertisement. Your business ad will be created by one of our talented student designers at the high school. You can choose one that you have on your own. And you're helping to support the bringing back of the yearbook. If you're interested in sponsoring the publication, get a hold of Emily Baldwin, AHS Annual and Journalism, ebaldwin at bulldogs.org. $125. You can choose to sponsor one of the specific pages in the yearbook. You can also get a quarter-page advertisement, and $150 is the half-page advertisement. So that's the cost for purchasing an ad in the yearbook, and they're coming back out this year, so that's coming up. Let's see. I think they have concluded this, Lana, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. The Downtown Lions, are they still the Downtown Lions? Yeah, Downtown Lions are doing a raffle. They're raffling off a 2021 Polaris Slingshot Open Air Roadster. $50 each. Only 600 tickets will be sold. You can contact Lion Perry Connor, 575-365-4284, or Lion Ken Aaron at 575-703-9440, or any member of the Lions Club. The vehicle has less than 1,000 miles, has a value of about $19,000, and you can get one for $50 if you win the drawing. Win the raffle there. So I guess you walk into the Ford house and just start roaring, and they'll know what it is that you want. Don't bark, because they'll think you're the barking guy. But just roar. Just walk into Artesia Ford, roar, and somebody will come running out to sell you a ticket. When is this? New Mexico Department of Agriculture officials are asking pecan growers and consumers to be aware of pecan weevil due to severe crop damage it can cause. If you pick up some pecans and you suspect that they have been affected by the weevil, especially if they have little holes in them, take pictures and submit them to pecan@nmda.nmsu.edu, or you can call them up at 575-746-3207. So I think that kind of gets us through. Yeah, that gets us through the weekend. Okay, hey, there's some other news going on. We have an updated New Mexico legislative update, and Lou Dobbs, all next on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Carlsbad's River Blitz is coming up, the annual cleanup event scheduled for March 4th. Mayor Dale Janway says the focus of this year's cleanup will be along the Pecos River. You can pick up provided supplies starting at 7 a.m. at the Riverwalk Recreation Center. Members of the Eddy County Sheriff's Posse will be cooking lunch for all participants. If you need more information, you can call Keep Carlsbad Beautiful at 575-302-7665. A bill that would block storage of spent nuclear fuel at a proposed facility near Carlsbad has made it through a second legislative committee and is now headed to the U.S. Senate floor, despite support from local government officials from around southeast New Mexico. Holtec International applied for a federal license in 2017 to build the facility. It would act as an interim storage site for spent nuclear fuel rods that are brought to the area on rail cars from nuclear plants across the country. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
This is Jason Espinoza with today's Capital Report. According to the Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department, the 2022 wildfires and post-fire floods provided clear evidence that the needs of New Mexico's forests are broader than just timber production and fire suppression. House Bill 195, introduced by Representatives Matthew McQueen and Greg Neibert, and Senators Kerry Hamblin and Pat Woods, updates the Forest Conservation Act to recognize that the Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department Forestry Division is the contracting agent for the state for forest fire suppression, rehabilitation and repair, post-fire slope stabilization, erosion control, riparian restoration, seeding, and reforestation of burned areas, as well as forest conservation and forest health. Advocates state the proposed update to the act is needed to memorialize that the state of New Mexico is authorized to access federal funding assistance to states under the Federal Cooperative Forestry Assistance Act of 1978. In addition to qualifying New Mexico to receive more federal funding, the legislation would also eliminate practices that conflict with today's firefighting safety standards and provide a clear mandate for forest conservation and climate change mitigation and adaptation. The bill is awaiting debate on the House floor. For the New Mexico News Network, I'm Jason Espinoza.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Well, we've been talking a lot about basketball the last few weeks, and it may seem like that's the only thing going on, but this might be a good time to hit the reset button because there are other things happening. For instance, some things are about to culminate. Swimming and wrestling, and other things are already beginning in the form of practices. Let's start with swimming and diving. The state championships, will be next week in Albuquerque. It'll be at Albuquerque Academy Friday and Saturday. And as is traditional, state wrestling will be going on at the same time over at the Rio Rancho Events Center. Baseball and softball practice started back on January the 30th, and this past Monday, golf started for spring golf, and practice for track and field also started on Monday. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Wall Street focused on earnings. Disney stock rises on results. Those stories next. Lou Dobbs here for the good folks at Lone Star Transfer. If you felt like booking your timeshare was difficult in the past, you know it's recently been almost impossible. Most clients are shocked to learn their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting their booking options. Many owners have also reached out, upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping over 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their never-ending timeshare fees. With an A-plus rating at the Better Business Bureau and over 900 five-star testimonials, their clients know they can trust Lone Star Transfer. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability in your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Call my good friends today for a free no-obligation consultation at 844-284-4739. That's 844-284-4739 or online at LoneStarTransfer.com. Mixed earnings on Wall Street. All three major indexes lower yesterday. The Dow Jones Industrials and NASDAQ both losing more than 200 points. Disney beat fourth quarter revenue targets, sending the stock up 3%. Disney Plus subscribers dipped slightly, but mostly in line with Wall Street expectations. Pepsi reports quarterly earnings per share, forecast down more than 16% from last quarter. Wall Street still looking for an annual increase of nearly 8%. Pepsi leaning on organic sales to move the needle. The stock down 4% so far this year. PayPal reports after the closing bell, total payment volume forecast up 6.5% last quarter. Slumping user numbers, however, could weigh heavily on the stock. New accounts forecast to be 63% lower. Please join me 3 times each weekday right here on this station. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Memes are always funny. What constitutes something that people get excited about? I saw one here that was kind of funny. It's a picture from back in the day when Howard Cosell was a part of the ABC Sports broadcast team. He was on the Monday Night Football, and he did some other coverage for them, maybe during the Olympics and things like that. And so there's a picture of Howard Cosell with Bruce Jenner and O.J. Simpson. And at the time this picture was taken, Bruce Jenner, Olympic athlete, and O.J. Simpson, NFL football star, movie star. They were pretty well known in those categories. And the caption on the photo, this photo here of Bruce Jenner, O.J. Simpson, and Howard Cosell, the caption, "Hello again, everyone. This is Howard Cosell. I'm looking into the future, and you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you." All right, what kind of weather are we looking at? I think it looks pretty nice right now, but I hear it's going to get breezy today. Steve, what can you tell us?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little cold front moving through eastern New Mexico today, and that'll be causing gusty wind up to 35 miles an hour. We should get sunshine, though. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight, clear and cold, upper teens to low 20s, and then we're in the low 50s with lots of sunshine coming up on Friday. For the upcoming weekend, 60s and mostly sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
I like this one Jeffrey sent. I don't know if this is true or not. It was on the internet. It's a picture of the 90s Chicago Bulls basketball team. Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, that bunch that were so good and they were so dominating, and they just won everything for a number of years there. So I don't know if this is true or not. It's a meme, but it could be. A news reporter asked Michael Jordan if he thought the 90s Bulls could beat the LeBron James Lakers, and Jordan said yes. And the reporter said, well, but how much? Oh, 2 or 3 points. And the reporter said, why such a close game? And Michael Jordan said, well, most of us are almost 60 now. I like it. I like it a lot. That's a funny meme. Let's see here. What do we have for our current temperature? It's sunshine, and we're up to 40 degrees here in Artesia. We're up to 40 in Artesia. We have winds out of the north at 8. Our humidity is at 43%. The dew point is 19. Pressure is 30.17 and on the rise. Our air quality is 50, so we have good air quality. We had a high yesterday of 61, a low of 23. A year ago, we had a high of 67 and a low of 20. Minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 39 and 37 degrees. Our sunset will be at 5:37 and our sunrise at 6:45. Around the region at this hour, sunny and 43 in Carlsbad and Roswell, 44 in Hobbs, America. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to see what's happening at the Artesia Senior Center. Don't go away.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
A great way to share the love of Valentine's Day is with a cute gift from Lovebud Floral in Artesia. It's like a zoo of cuddly bears, gnomes, pandas, monkeys, lions, and pigs, all ready to be matched with flowers, chocolates, or pistachios. Or go traditional with roses, selected by Lovebud Floral for you to be the ultimate Valentine gift. Order early and ask about our early bird specials. Lovebud Floral and Gifts, 1010 West Main in Artesia, or call 575-748-1010.
Edge Safety and Services LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screen. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 402 West Main Street inside the Edge Safety and Services facility. Edge Safety and Services LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Carol joins us from the Artesia Senior Center. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Gene. Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting us do this setup this morning. We're already busy down here.
Well, that's right. You've got a lot going on, so where would you like to begin?
I would like to start to remind people that this morning it's the low-income tax rebate. No other kind of taxes do we do, but the low-income tax rebate, and it starts from 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. We have them already lined up here at about 20 till 8 this morning.
Wow.
So, again, this at 10 o'clock, J&J Home Care will be here to do blood pressures, and I'll remind people that's that little mini physical I tell them they get for free. J&J comes out, they do your O2 saturations, they'll do your sugar levels, your blood pressure, your temperature, and then we have the scales. And you can chart all that and keep it and take it to your doctor and say, oh, but last week my blood pressure was this, or, 2 months ago it was this.
Yeah.
So.
It's very helpful.
Very helpful for you and your doctor, for him to know some history that's been going on. Also, we have the dance. I got my office is like a fishbowl. One of our past employees is here grinning at me. Tonight is the dance.
Okay.
And it's actual live band. Cibola Springs will be here or Cibolo Springs, however you want to pronounce it.
Yep.
And the seniors really enjoy that. So come out tonight from 7 to 9:30, and we'll have a dance. Remind everybody that, again, Saturday we'll have another live band dance. And always look on the city website, www.artesianm.gov. Go to services, come down to Senior Center, and our calendar will be posted. Listen to the radio. It will be posted. And if you don't have one and you're over by the radio station, step in and pick one up. They have them right in the front door.
And we do, right in the entryway. You can walk in, and you don't even have to say hi to me. You just grab a calendar and leave.
But say hi to Tana.
Yes, absolutely. That's right.
And next week is going to be Valentine's. All you guys, remember your sweethearts. All you women, remember your sweethearts.
Yep.
Here at the center on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, and the time is not on the calendar. That's our fault. We're going to have a Happy Valentine's Day dessert party.
Oh.
And as you come in, if you want to be a candidate for King and Queen, you put your name in the bucket, and whoever gets drawn out, that's who will be our King and Queen for the day.
Okay.
They have a little crown and a little cape, and
I was going to
we
say,
just have a good time.
Do they have like an orb and scepter?
No, I haven't done that one. I'll have to think about that.
A plunger and a soccer ball.
Yes, there you go. And we also have prizes for the couple that's married the longest,
Okay.
and a prize for the newly married couple.
Ah, okay.
So if you think you've been married long enough, come see us. But come see us anyway, because we're going to have a dessert bar. We did this at Christmas, and they really liked it. It's just all kinds. There's going to be some homemade that we made here at the center. There'll be some cookies. It'll be a combination of things.
Excellent.
And just fun. Just good, old-fashioned fun.
And that's
We might
Tuesday.
even have a little music for dancing.
Music would be
Tuesday
great.
at 1 o'clock.
Tuesday at 1. Okay. And I've written down 1 o'clock on my calendar, so I think I'm up to date.
Perfect. Well, we didn't realize it wasn't on there till, I guess it was yesterday. Somebody said, well, what time is it? I was like, well, So, and I didn't realize till just now our website for the city is not updated. I've got to work on that as soon as we get some of these taxes done.
There you go.
Also, Tuesday the 14th, Valentine's Day, from 9 to 11, we have free watch battery replacement. So if you have a watch that quit working, bring it down. We have a volunteer who actually purchases those batteries herself and knows how to take the backs off and replace them, and you'll have your watch working. But we do ask that you limit it to 2.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Don't bring all the watches you've ever had your entire life.
No. That's kind of a little challenging.
Yeah.
Or the ones that you went and found a whole bunch at the garage sale. Now you want to do them and sell them.
Yeah.
I'd like to touch on what they need to bring for their taxes if we have time.
We do.
Okay. And I want everybody to remember the people that are filling out the tax papers here today are all VITA workers. That's volunteers. They're VITA volunteers. Nobody has taken tax classes. We read the book and went over it, and that's how we learned. How's that?
Right.
So they need to bring all of their income amounts. Some people have Social Security and that's it. Some people have Social Security and some SSI. And now this is low income, so, you might actually have a job that you just got started on. And so there's not a whole lot income that you can make to qualify. And I say that, I think this year it went to, I don't have it in front of me, I think it's $33,000.
Okay.
So they need to bring any W-2 form that they have and any interest earned. And if they're over age 65, they need to bring, and they own their property. They have to be over age 65.
Okay.
They need to bring their property tax receipt or rent receipts, and we get to utilize that on the form to help get them a little larger return.
Okay. But these are things you should bring with you once you decide you're going to come down and get some help.
And an ID.
And an ID. About what?
And a Social Security card.
You got any
and
ID?
And a Social Security card.
Got any ID? About what?
Yeah, no, any ID? Well, bring your ID and your Social Security card so we can get this done for you. Most people don't realize that you have to have lived in New Mexico, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 6 months.
Okay.
Minimum.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So there's all the little caveats that go with this that people are like, well, that's not fair. I moved here December the 15th. Well,
yeah, come see us next year.
Yeah, come see us next year. Sorry, we don't make the rules.
That's right.
That's one thing I really need to stress. We do not make the rules.
Right.
Okay, do I have just a little bit more time?
Yeah,
here?
we've got about 3.5 minutes.
Okay, I need to remind everybody when they're coming to the senior center to please sign in.
Okay.
Cindy, the majority of them know, and it's really cute because some of them know they're going to come in, they're going to go to lunch and come back, so they'll sign their name and put a 2, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That helps her when she's doing the data entry. But we need a record of who's been here at the building. So if they would, please sign in.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is our transportation.
Yes.
We are still doing transportation. We have a new driver, so we've been able to open it up just a little bit, not a whole lot, but they can go wherever they want Monday through Thursday. Monday through Friday, we do all medical, but there's no shopping on Fridays.
On Friday, okay.
Right. No shopping on Fridays. And in our little newsletter on that second page there, if they need to read it, and it tells them we'll pick them up between 10:30 and 11 for the mill site, and that's an awesome opportunity if they need a ride to the mill site.
Mm-hmm.
We take them home.
Okay.
And to remind everybody that medical appointments are priority. I know we have you down to go to Walmart at 8:30, but I have, say, 3 or 4 people going to dialysis and the doctors.
Right.
They come first.
Right.
So
right. Just be patient.
Just be patient and realize that we will get to you. And I ask everybody to be ready 15 minutes before the time we tell them we'll pick them up, up to 15 minutes after, because we're not Uber or taxi. We can't be precise. Exactly 8:30.
Right.
So
just
Gene, I want to say thank you for having me today. Thank you for allowing us to do this on the phone.
Well,
they're flagging me to come do taxes.
All right.
It's time to go.
Time to go. All right, Carol, well, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Gene.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye-bye. We'll take a quick break and wrap up the hour next.
Asian Market brings the flavors of the East to Roswell. The market side has lots of new and different items, including sauces and noodles to enhance your Asian dishes, plus new snacks and more. There's always something new and exciting waiting for you. And the restaurant inside Asian Market has all of Nook's favorites from 11 to 5, like wontons, egg drop, rice or noodle soup, crispy calamari, and the best barbecued fried rice in town. All made fresh. Dine in or call ahead for easy pickup.
Hi, this is Nok. Come see me at Asian Market, 5702 South Main in Roswell. Call 575-840-5309.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizing. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs, with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road or online at deansinc.com.
Hawker & Sons of Artesia, a company specializing in excavation and construction, is proud to support and provide construction services to the people and businesses of Eddy County and the surrounding area. With their expert knowledge of the industry, Hawker & Sons is well equipped to offer top-level service and professionalism to all oil field businesses, commercial and private parties with excavation and construction needs. Call Hawker & Sons today at 575-365-3175 or visit their website at hawkerandsons.com. Go Bulldogs!
All right, thank you so much. We'll be back with more great guests and commentary. This is KSVP Artesia. It's 9 o'clock.
The death toll from the earthquake, the aftershocks in Turkey and Syria continues to climb. More than 19,000 people are dead. Reporting from the disaster zone, the BBC's Anna Foster says it's a dire humanitarian situation for the survivors.
People don't have the shelter that they need. They don't have the food or the water that they need. They don't have the warmth that they need.
And Town Hall News joining forces with international nonprofit relief agency Food for the Poor to rush emergency relief, food and water to victims of the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. More information available on the website srnnews.com. Well, those lines at the unemployment office, they got a bit longer last week.
The Labor Department says applications for jobless aid in the U.S. for the week ending February 4th rose by 13,000 last week to 196,000. Even with the increase, layoffs remain historically low despite the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate policy intended to cool the economy and bring down inflation. It's the fourth straight week claims were under 200,000.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Well, these folks can indeed go home again. Residents of East Palestine, Ohio, allowed back in their homes following last week's fiery toxic train derailment. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania hospitalized for observation after reporting feeling lightheaded while attending a Democrat retreat. Fetterman suffered a stroke during the campaign last year. Initial tests at George Washington University Hospital have turned up no evidence of a new stroke. However, more tests are being performed. An exceptionally gifted and wildly popular composer has died. Burt Bacharach was 94 years old. The spokeswoman says he died of natural causes at home in Los Angeles. Wall Street, the Dow's up 215 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We're entering a time of increasing hostility against people of faith, a time when Christians are going to be tested on a moral and physical and financial basis, unlike any other time in our lifetime. I'm Lance Wallnau, Christian author, evangelical leader, here to remind you that you have to take action to protect and steward what
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300.
To impress on him, the powerful bloc is steadfast in its support of embattled Ukraine, as Russia's feared to make moves for a new offensive around the February 24 one-year anniversary of the war. Zelensky will be using the dais of the European Parliament to further his point in a plenary session, hoping to match Wednesday's speech to British lawmakers when he thanked the nation for its unrelenting support. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A surge in mosquito-borne disease in recent months has shown the fragility of Sudan's public health system and bodes ill for coming challenges in the wake of a military coup. News and analysis at townhall.com. Big Brother is watching. In this case, Big Brother is the IRS. Now the tax agency planning to go after waiters and waitresses.
The program would monitor employer compliance based on actual annual tip revenue and charge tip data from employers' point-of-sale charge machines. The law already requires servers to report tips as income, but the new proposal would incorporate the new 86,000 IRS agents hired by the Biden administration to enforce compliance. The proposal is open to public comment until May 7th. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Japan's top automaker took a hit to its bottom line in the last quarter. Toyota reports an 8.1% drop in net profits. A global shortage of computer chips combined with soaring raw materials costs are battering the auto industry, and Toyota is no exception. The automaker says it's doing what it can to find other chip suppliers to keep up with demand. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Juan Lugo. Happy belated birthday to Juan Lugo. Juan is retired and he celebrated his birthday on Wednesday, February 8th. And this is from your wife, Sylvia. Today, Juan, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Juan Lugo. It's like you put these events together and then it makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But probably in the moment you're like, why?
Exactly.
Why me?
My favorite phrase is I'll get a call and something's not working.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go, of course.
That's been my motto a lot lately, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course it's not working.
Of course it's not working. Of course, because we've got this going on and that going on, and I get a phone call, and of course.
Of course.
That's not working. We were lucky, though. By the way, Candace is here from the Ocotillo, and I'm Gene, and we're getting our started. We're going to do the weather here in just a second.
Yes, weather first, yeah.
And I said I wasn't going to dilly-dally, but this is a good story.
Okay.
This is a good story. Calichi's had their grand opening in Roswell on Saturday, and so Lana and I went up there to get one of their hot dogs, and it's really good. And the sign company was there. What? I didn't.
No dilly-dally.
I'm not. No, this is a true story. So the sign company was there that morning, putting the sign together, right?
Yes.
And the poor guy's up there on the bucket, and he's trying to get everything going, and all of a sudden everybody hollers, "Your truck's on fire! Your truck's on fire!" And there were flames on the underside of the engine.
Oh goodness!
So he hops down. He's under there. He's trying to figure out what's going on. I need some water. I need some water. Well, they were handing out these little cups of water, and so this lady comes over and offers him
her tiny cup of water.
Her little cup of water.
No, and I'm just saying,
yes.
If my car catches on fire or whatever it is, I am not going to go look under to be like, what's on fire? No. I just call 911 and the firefighters and tell them my vehicle's on fire and let the professionals handle it, because I would lose my eyebrows.
That's right.
My eyebrows would be singed off.
Yeah.
I'd be burnt. Yeah, no.
No. Well,
I don't need to figure it out.
And Thomas and I were standing there, and we saw the water thing, and I said to Thomas, I said, we do have a fire extinguisher in the trailer. And he said, we do. And just as I went to go get it, they were coming out from the store with their fire extinguishers. But but yeah, I know she was being nice, but you're standing next to the truck that's on fire with
it's
a little...
like, tiny cup, sizzle. Like, that's not going to deter that fire, especially if there's any sort of oil on it. Like, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. But fortunately, they got everything out. They got the sign fixed and everything went on. But the water thing just cracks me up every time I think about it. You know, here you go. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the weather because I told Jeffrey I wasn't going to dilly-dally.
And we did.
And no, we told the true story.
Okay.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Little cold front moving through eastern New Mexico today, and that'll be causing gusty wind up to 35 miles an hour. We should get sunshine, though, our afternoon high in the upper 40s to low 50s. Overnight, clear and cold, upper teens to low 20s, and then we're in the low 50s with lots of sunshine coming up on Friday. For the upcoming weekend, 60s and mostly sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. It is sunny, 43, and the winds are going to be kicking up here top of the hour. So we'll have Town Hall News, Clay and Buck, and wind all coming up at the top of the hour. Our winds right now are out of the north at 11. Humidity is 39%. The dew point is 19. Pressure is 30.16 and rising. Our air quality is 52. We have moderate air quality. We had a high yesterday of 61 and a low of 23. 1 year ago, we had a high of 67 and a low of 20. And our minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 39 and 37 degrees. So there's your weather forecast for today. Well, Candace is here, and good to see you again. Yeah, let me turn your microphone on. You had a busy Friday night, didn't you?
Oh, it was busy up until that Friday, weeks, because the website wasn't working, and the mobile app seems to not be functioning if you use it on your browser.
Of course.
Of course.
We were talking about that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, yay, it's working, because I'm working on my computer, right? So I'm doing tickets, and I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, everything's working fine. And then last night I had like a thought that I needed to check on something, and I pulled it up on my web browser, my Safari. Maybe it's just Safari, I don't know. And it was like, nope, no calendar, no events other than, like, you could see the Tango, the Who Poisoned His Meatball, and our Jason Petty's Hank Williams show is finally up. So I was just like, I know I have more shows than this and I need another show. I was like, why is this not working? And so, so my web technicians, they have a thing they don't want you to call them. They want you to put in help desk tickets. So I'm like, help desk ticket, help desk ticket, help desk ticket. Do you know that this shows? Well, it only shows on, like, the back end where you're I was like, no, it shows on the homepage. Everybody sees it.
Yeah. That's why I want to call you and talk to somebody.
I know. I was like, can we have, like, vocal conversations? Like, I know that's not the way you want to do things, but this is not working.
Yeah. We went through that a couple weeks ago. One of our streams was not working, our internet streams. There's no phone number to call. You have to submit a ticket.
Of course.
And so it's always on the weekend. Of course. And I get the automated reply. We have received your ticket. Someone will respond shortly.
Oh, yeah. And then you're internally screaming.
That's right.
Internal screaming. Yeah. So, no, if you've had some issues with the website, believe me, I'm right there with you. Just call us, and we'll figure it out. But we do have the Camaradas Tango Obsession.
That's this weekend.
This Sunday.
Yeah.
1 p.m. is the tango class. And 2 p.m. is the tango performance. Now, I will preface this. I know it is Super Bowl Sunday. It wasn't at the time that I booked the show.
Yep.
And to add on to that, some people do host really large Super Bowl parties.
Some people do.
But usually most people are going to said Super Bowl party. So you still have enough time to get your Valentine's Day stuff in early, learn to tango, which will help burn some of those, snack calories that you're going to consume during the Super Bowl.
Right.
And watch the tango performance. Now, when I say tango performance, there's tango dancers, and there's an actual live quartet.
Oh, okay.
That plays with them.
Wow.
And so
it's music and the dancing. So it's not, you don't hit a play button somewhere.
No. There's the actual musicians and the dancers, and they have a whole performance, which is going to be awesome. And then you can go do the rest of your Super Bowl things.
Yeah. I scheduled a monthly meeting for a group I'm in on Super Bowl Sunday. Fortunately, we just need 2.5 people to have a quorum.
That works. Yeah. That sounds about right.
2.5.
2.5. 2.5 persons. Now, is that the top 0.5 or the lower 0.5?
Left side.
Half, middle. Okay, so we just slid them down the... It's not this way.
But you know, the Super Bowl is a big event, and a lot of people watch it, and a lot of people have parties, but not everybody is involved.
And usually I'm only interested in the halftime show anyway.
Right.
So if I don't miss that, I'm good. So it's all the way early enough in the day that you're not going to miss any of the Super Bowl fun stuff.
Okay. Now you've got it all figured out. If you take the class,
you get
a discount for the show, right?
off your show.
Yeah.
So and actually the class is $25 for a couple.
Okay.
$15 for just a person.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get $25 off your tickets, and I think they're only $35 for adults. So like you get that, and you get the 25 discount. Like. Getting this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great. That's this weekend. That's this Sunday. So go, and if you have any issues at all with the website,
just call me.
Just call Candace. And you don't have to tell Candace you're having trouble with the website. Or you don't have to say, Candace, did you know you're having trouble with the website?
I am super aware. Also, right now we have live. You can register to be a part of the Dave Bonneau photography show. It's a juried show.
Okay.
And the theme is Technicolor.
Technicolor.
Yes.
Okay.
And so someone asked me, what does that mean? I was like, well, Technicolor started happening when TV started moving to color.
Mm-hmm.
So then they had to go into black and white movies and add color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very distinctive color scheme.
Okay.
Like it's not like we would take a picture now and it looks very natural. It's a little bit, like it looks almost painted.
Okay.
Is how the Technicolor movies when they started that shift look. And that you can have any sort of subject, whatever you prefer, but it's just that almost like off vibrancy that makes things look kind of surreal.
Okay.
Is what the show is about. And it's juried.
Okay.
And it's $15 an entry. And all of that information is up if you go to our website and go to the gallery tab because it's not a calendar event, so we're good there. If you go to the gallery, the the registration form that you have to fill out and the link to pay for your entry is all in one place.
Okay, $15 an entry.
Mm-hmm.
Photography.
Yes.
Okay, so nowadays you've got filters that you can use.
Yeah, so they can find a filter. They can take the picture and then Photoshop. It has to have been created in the last 5 months.
Okay.
So if you want to go do one now, you can, or if you have something that fits it. And it can't have been in any other show that we've had.
Okay. So maybe you took something this winter when we had snow.
Yes.
Or
and you can filter it up, edit it, whatever you want. It's not that we expect you to go out and find it naturally. Those are definitely, it's part of the creative process. Like, how are you going to process your picture? And then it has to be hangable.
Okay.
So you can't just bring it to us and we hang it without a hanging wire.
You can't just
frame.
show it on your phone and say, here.
No. It is up to you to hang it. We will not drill holes or mount or do any of that for you. You have to bring it to us ready to go.
Okay. Then it will be on display in the lobby?
Okay. Yeah, so that's April and March. You can also find all the information on our Facebook page as well. The display, and then we'll have the judging period. There's first, second, and third. We'll have a People's Choice, which will be Facebook voting. And then honorable mention.
Okay. Is there a size requirement? Like it has to be a minimum of a certain size photo? Or?
No, there's not a size requirement. It just has to be something that we can mount.
Okay. So they're ready to hang?
Yes, ready to hang.
Ready to hang and ready to go. Okay. Well, that is excellent. So that's March and April.
Yes.
But you can go ahead and get signed up now and start looking through.
Yeah, because we'll need them by the end of the month. I think the 28th is when you have to turn them in.
Of February. Okay. So go ahead and get interested in that. Maybe you took a picture last fall or this spring, or this spring hasn't happened yet here in the last few weeks, or Maybe you take one at the Super Bowl party.
We're all in Technicolor, yeah, for the Super Bowl after the tango.
After the tango, of course, and get that submitted. Well, that sounds like fun. And it's a juried or judged.
Yeah, juried. The only part that's not juried is the People's Choice.
Okay.
So People's Choice will be on Facebook, and so we'll post all of the photos, and then just do you like which ones you like, and whoever has the most likes wins.
Yeah. Well, the best way to see them though is in person. I would think.
Yeah, it is the best way to see them in person.
Yeah, because you may not get the full effect looking
Yeah,
at
and
a
you can
photo
always
on a phone.
come in like we do. We still have Scott up. Come in, look at the artwork. It's really nice, like midday, because the way the sun hits the room. Yeah.
Okay. And his work will be up through the end of this month.
Yes, and we'll take it down and replace it with the art show.
With the
photography.
Photography show. Anybody still use film cameras anymore?
Some people do.
Some people do. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a fun Polaroid. Yeah.
Those are kind of Technicolor looking, aren't they?
Yeah, they can be. Yes. Yeah. And mine has a little thing, like it's square though, so it's not like a full, like where they had the big ones. Mine's a little compact, but the picture comes out the side.
Yeah.
So processing comes out the side, and it's like a tiny little picture, but you can pick the what kind of exposure you want it, black and white, kind of that Technicolor, old-fashioned look. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. When those things came out, that was like the greatest invention ever in the history of everness, to quote Joe Carpenter, because prior to that, you had to take your pictures.
Yes.
You had no idea what the photo looked like when you took it. I mean, you think you know what it looked like. Sometimes you took pictures of things that you didn't intend to take pictures
Right.
of. And
Or someone was totally not ready, and they're like, and they have the squinty eyes and the...
Oh my gosh. We did a deal years ago for our group, and we had our group was all in one place, and we had somebody with a camera and said, hey, take some pictures. Every single picture that they took, one person had their eyes closed. We could not use any of those pictures.
Oh my gosh. You're like, nah.
I was so disappointed because, because I want to put them up in the lobby, here's our group. Couldn't use any of them because one guy
out of each not the same person.
No.
Like it was the same person.
Guy.
He just couldn't keep his eyes open.
He couldn't keep his eyes.
I would have been like, I'm sorry, but you can't be in the group.
Well, but we didn't know because he was using a film camera, and I guess when he looked on his screen, he didn't recognize the fact that
his eyes were closed.
The eyes were closed.
So you didn't know until you got them back.
We did not know until we got them back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And nowadays, of course, you take the pictures, but then you had to take, once you got your film taken, so you go on your vacation, you go on your trip or whatever, and you take it to the drugstore or
and they process your pictures.
Right, and then 7 to 10 days or whatever, you got them back, and then you start going through, well, I don't remember taking that, or that was blurry.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that someone's foot? Like, yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, and of course, then you had to sometimes.
You had the especially if there's a disposable.
Yep.
Like those
right.
were like even sometimes worse, like an accuracy.
Oh, I know, and sometimes they had the built-in flash. Of course, I'm old enough to remember the flash cubes. You put the flash cube on top, you take the picture, and then the cube would rotate. You got 4 flashes instead of just one. And my parents had the older camera with the one bulb that you had to pop out when.
And
you didn't touch it because they were hot. So you hit the pop button and popped it out. Then you started a forest fire.
Especially today. Do not take those into the forest.
People just they don't realize the special time that we're in, where we've got these.
Oh, and they just work. Everything just like kind of until it doesn't. But usually just you can be like, oh, it's convenient. Like the convenience.
Sure.
But I miss some of that because, those are like fun memories. Like, oh, you don't go, oh, I was trying to take a picture with my cell phone and like the flash didn't work. Oh, it's because I didn't turn on. You know what I mean? Like it's just, those aren't conversations that you have anymore.
That's right. And, then all the computational photography and all the stuff that goes on and the little computers in there to make the picture look like it does. But if you've taken some good pictures with your phone, and so do you know ahead of time, when you submit the photo, do you have to say what device was used to take the photo? Is that?
No, it just has to be a photo.
Okay.
Like, we'll know whether it's photography or not. But it has to be like you went and you took it with some sort of photo-taking device. Whether it was your phone, a professional camera, a Polaroid machine, I guess, and you blew it up. Like, it just has to be a photograph.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. Go ahead and get signed up for that, folks, and might win something.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah, we have some awesome prizes. First, second, and third will get a prize. And People's Choice will get name recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And then the honorable mentions will have ribbons.
Okay. You're in the play.
I am.
Rehearsals are going well?
Oh, yeah. We rehearse today and tomorrow, and then all next week. So
all next
Monday,
week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, opening night, Friday.
Friday.
So we will be good and ready.
I was a
by
little
the time
disappointed,
opening
though.
night.
We met the lawyer, and she has a dog, but I was told it's a stuffed animal, not a real dog.
Oh, but you know Mr. Boodles. Mr. Boodles has been in almost every play I've directed.
Is that right?
Or been in. So he came, my first play was Sweet Surrender that I directed. And that's where Mr. Boodles made his entrance. And ever since then, he's made a cameo.
Okay.
In every comedy group play. So yes, we have Mr. Boodles. I am not abusing him this time. People were super upset with me during Buttermilk because I kicked him out of the hotel.
Oh, no.
And like,
I mean, you literally kicked him?
I threw him out the door.
Oh, okay.
And the last night, like, I never knew what people were going to say or where he was going to be or who was going to have him during Buttermilk. And the last time, Lindy was like, oh, no, that's my service dog. And I was like, he has no identifiers. And I tossed him out the door. People were like, you can't do that to service dogs. I was like, I know that for real life.
That's the joke.
It's the joke.
So the play is next weekend. It's Friday, Saturday night, Sunday
7
matinee.
p.m. Who poisoned?
Who poisoned his meatball? I said,
Yes.
who murdered his meatball? And I
No.
thought, who would murder a meatball?
No, Nero Sharp gets murdered by eating the poison meatball.
The poison meatball. Sounds like a big cast.
It's huge, yeah.
And a lot of fun. So, and those tickets are online?
Yes. It's general seating, so you buy your ticket and then you sit wherever. So if you want a prime seat, you get there early.
Okay.
We'll be open probably starting around 5, but the show starts at 7. So usually if you get there around 6:30, you're okay.
Okay. You can get your good seat. So, well, is there anything else in the next couple of
One last
weeks?
thing.
Sure.
Back by popular demand, Kristen Morrison's Charcoal Art Techniques workshop is back.
Okay.
And it's Monday, February 27th and Thursday, March 2nd at 5:30 p.m. And it is still $30 per student. And we have all of the supplies because we went and bought supplies because they were delayed in Amazon. And then our Amazon order came in. So we are overflowing with charcoal art supplies. Unless you feel like I have some and I want to bring them with me. That's totally up to you.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome class the first time around, and so now it's back.
Okay. And that's on the 27th?
Yes, and the 27th and...
That's a Monday.
Monday, and then Thursday, March 2nd.
March 2nd. And do you sign up online or call the box office or
Yes,
just
we
pop
have
in?
in our education part of the website, it is right underneath the link for drum and guitar lessons. It's her sign up.
That's where you sign
And
up.
it's also on Facebook.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And now we get ready for more pancake talk from Aaron. That's all he talks about this week is pancakes. Pancakes.
Has he not had any?
The Carlsbad Rotary Pancake Day is Saturday.
Oh.
So that's all he's been talking about is pancakes. But I found out they don't let him cook the pancakes.
Is that a good thing?
I'm thinking if you eat the pancakes, it's probably a good thing that Aaron is not allowed to cook the
pancakes. Fair.
But we'll find out more here in a few minutes. So, all right, Candace, thank you so much.
Thanks, Gene.
Take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life.
but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Hello, folks. Martin here from PRMI. That's right, Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated. I've been waiting a while to reveal the great news that we've taken our parent company name and things are only getting better for Southern New Mexico. I'm excited to announce that everything we do will be handled in-house. I have a dedicated processing, underwriting, and closing team, thus streamlining our process or your purchase or refinance. When you're looking for an in-town lender or someone that will communicate with you one-on-one and give you straight answers, call me, 575-749-6278, or visit me online at martin.chooseprimers.com. Remember, Martin at PRMI for your home finance.
PRMI is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 3094. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1815286.
It's the Valentine's Produce Savings Sale at Fens Country Market in Artesia. Fresh green asparagus, $2.77 a pound. U.S. #1 russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, $3.69 each. Fresh blueberries, pint, $1.97 each, and large Pink Lady apples, 97 cents a pound at Fens Country Market in Artesia. And right now, Pepsi Select Flavors 12-pack cans, 2 for $10 at Fens Country Market in Artesia.
Well, I'm trying to decide here what's on that pancake, Aaron. I don't know. From your prior images, I'm a little concerned. But you're certainly encouraging people to give blood voluntarily.
Voluntarily, yes. You will not be forced to give blood. And the blood will not be in the cafeteria, so you're safe there as well.
All right, so that's more like strawberries on the pancakes.
Yeah, strawberry pancakes in honor of. When we don't have strawberry pancakes, I just think it's funny. So
yeah. Well, that's good. I'm trying to remember what
movie. If you bring your own strawberries, I guess you can have strawberry pancakes.
Yes, that's true. What movie is that from? I'm trying to remember if I've seen that.
I don't know. It looks like something that I would have watched.
Yeah. And then there's a debate, school debate, getting ready to take on. She's opposing the blood drive in the cafeteria. Okay.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's in favor of the blood drive in the cafeteria.
Yes.
I don't know. I think if I went to give blood and that character showed up, I think I'd be a little...
Yeah, you might say, I think I'll take the next one.
I'm hoping that was like a Halloween
I think
costume and not what he's doing every day at work. That would be
right.
That'd be a little scary. You might get a kick out of this here. Couple of pearls before swines. Did you lock your car? And goat hits the thing. Yep. See, I pressed the lock button a second time and it honks to tell me it's locked. And he hits it a second time. Honk. What happens if you press it a third time? Click. In the car. Chill, you anal retentive weirdo. And Rat says a fourth time could be interesting. And Lana put a commentary on here. She says a Tesla probably does this.
Probably so.
Yeah, they're nothing but computers with wheels and an electric motor on it. This was one from Sunday, and a guy finds a genie bottle.
Okay.
And so he rubs the bottle and poof, out pops the genie. Hello, good sir, I will grant you any wish. I think I would like a wonderful world where people of all races and creeds and nationalities can share ideas and communicate freely. Very good, sir. I hereby invent the Internet, a tool for just that. Oh, wonderful. And that shall give birth to this thing called social media. Is that good? Where everyone can say what they want without any checks or gatekeepers. Wait. That doesn't sound good. And no one will know what news is true or not true, and everyone will be confused and angry. No, wait, stop. Which bad people will exploit, and back in the bottle, back in the bottle, back in the bottle. And that's how that happened. So if you
That's
wonder,
how it all started.
That's how it all started. That's how that was. So, what do you have for us today? I bet you've got a couple good ones.
Sure. There was an elderly couple trying to decide what to have for breakfast. To keep this in mind, because of their age, neither of them have the greatest memory anymore. The husband asks the wife, "What do you want for breakfast?" She responds, "Oh, just a bowl of oatmeal would be fine for me." "Okay," said the husband as he gets up and saunters into the kitchen. A lot of time passes as the wife is still waiting for her oatmeal. She wonders, what's taking him so long? Oatmeal doesn't take that long to make. After 45 minutes, the husband returns and he's carrying a tray with 2 plates of pancakes, bacon, and fried eggs. The wife looks at him and says, "You're hopeless, completely hopeless. I told you I wanted my eggs scrambled."
I think we're getting close to that day, me and Lana. Oh, there are days that you think you remember things, and there's days that you don't remember what you thought you remembered.
Right. Remembered something totally different than what was reality.
Yeah. We were talking about this the other day because Lana's mother, Eunice, had a great memory. She remembered things that Lana could not remember ever happened. And then if it was anything that involved me, Lana said, "Do you remember that?" I said, "Oh yeah, I remember that." So we're getting a little worried about Lana. No. Let's see. I was looking at some memes that I think were funny.
Okay.
It's a couple. They've met at a bar. He says to her, "So, what do you do?" She says, "I'm a model on Instagram." "You?" He says, "I'm a soldier on Call of Duty."
Probably didn't go over too well.
I'm wondering how many times that... this was seen in a bathroom.
Uh-oh.
"Scotty, don't beam me up yet. I'm..." And then the line goes... I thought that was funny.
Pretty good.
The line, just... Okay, what do you have here?
Well, I decided to make a coat out of pancakes.
Okay.
I'm going to call it a flap jacket.
Isn't that what they wore on the airplanes when they were...
Right.
Flap jackets.
How do you get on a horse that's made of pancakes?
A horse made of pancakes? How do you get on? You use the syrup?
Yes, you use the syrup.
Yay!
Good job. My last one here. Why was the pancake arrested?
Something about battery, assault?
No, unlawful activity.
Jeffrey sent one here. Apparently this was on Twitter.
Oh.
PETA tweeted, "Next time you think of eating a chicken, remember that they had a family just like you."
I saw this one.
Reply, "This is why I order a family bucket. No one is left behind."
I love it.
I am so glad I never got corrupted by thinking the way that the people at PETA think or something like that. How do you live your life that way?
You're missing out.
So wrapped up and all twisted and and it's your whole life, and you will never, ever accomplish your mission.
Right.
Oh, you will never, ever, ever do that. So,
well, and a lot of those people, if they can afford to have a house with a yard, they go out and mow their yard. They have a circular blade slicing off the heads of the grass on their lawn.
Yeah.
And they don't have a problem with that at all.
No. And you can hear it over the sound of the motor. You can hear the crying of the blades. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not one of them.
Me too. Me too.
So, well, would you like to see where the markets are taking us today?
To regale you with market information. All right.
All right. Here goes the regaling.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Thursday, February the 9th. Stocks rose today after the latest crop of corporate earnings came in better than previously feared. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.4%, while the S&P 500 added 0.3%, and the NASDAQ Composite added 0.5%. Disney shares gained more than 2% after the company posted smaller than expected subscriber losses at its streaming service, along with earnings and revenue that beat analyst estimates. CEO Bob Iger said on CNBC's Squawk on the Street today that he was only expecting to stay in the role for 2 years, while activist investor Nelson Peltz said he was ending a proxy battle after the company unveiled a restructuring plan that included 7,000 layoffs and a reorganization of its divisions. PepsiCo advanced more than 1% on the back of fourth quarter earnings that came in above Wall Street expectations. Investors have been watching earnings season closely for insight on how companies have fared amid the high inflation and how they expect to perform going forward. But despite the latest batch of company reports, Wall Street has considered this earnings season lackluster. Nearly 70% of the approximately two-thirds of S&P 500 companies that have reported earnings so far have beaten analysts' expectations, according to FactSet data. That beat rate is below a 3-year average of 79%, according to data from the Earnings Scout. PayPal, Lyft, and Expedia will report earnings after the market closes today. The number of weekly jobless claims reported this morning jumped 13,000 to 196,000, which was more than expected and suggests a possible cooling in the red-hot labor market. Treasury yields fell after the data as investors bet that maybe the job market would cool enough for the Fed to slow its hiking campaign further. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is currently up 84 points to 34,033. The S&P 500 is 9 points higher at 4,127, and the NASDAQ Composite is up 35 points to 11,945. West Texas Intermediate Crude is down 99 cents a barrel to $77.48. Stocks of local interest. HF Sinclair is unchanged at $53.11 a share. Walmart is $1 a share higher at $141.22 a share. Apple is up $1.19 per share to $153.11. And ConocoPhillips is 55 cents higher at $111.34 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC.
Just a little update, in case people are wondering. When we had Ryder Champion on last week, it was learned that he told a fib.
Uh-oh.
And so he's wanting to come back on, but Jeffrey and I have to go before the board of directors and plead on Ryder's behalf to see if they will allow him to come back on the radio, because he told a fib the last time he was on the radio. So Jeffrey's let Ryder know that Jeffrey and I will be going before the board of directors, and we'll be making the case that we should allow Ryder back on the radio again in the future. So, but I don't know when that meeting is. I think it's coming up sometime in 2024. That's right. What we were told by the board to tell Ryder was, what do you think this is, CNN? You know, we and what was it I said? Do I look like Don Lemon? You know, I mean, so yeah.
You don't shout enough to be Don Lemon. Right?
It's true. So in any case, that's where we are with Ryder, as whether or not he gets to come back on the radio or not. Jeffrey and I have to go before the board, and it may require Ryder to make a formal apology and a few other things, because he told a little fib. He told a fib when he was on the radio last.
Uh-oh.
So we didn't want to use the same word we talked about the president. That's such a strong word.
Right.
But a fib. So, all right. Well, you have a wonderful day today.
All right, you do the same.
Aaron will have the closing markets for you 4:30 this afternoon. Sean Hannity has a thought on the news of the day.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
By the way, if the Chinese balloon thing taught us one thing, is Joe Biden is not willing or able to protect us when it matters most. Why did they hide it from we, the American people, for 4 or 5 days? Why didn't they take this thing out of the sky as it was about to go into airspace over Alaska? They said they saw the whole thing happening and unfolding in real time, but yet it flies from Alaska down the west coast of Canada into Idaho, from Idaho over Montana, over our ICBM missile silos, then down to Missouri and Kansas and Kentucky and then the Carolinas. And they did nothing. And they told us nothing. Joe Biden said, they're not really a threat over China. They're not a threat. Well, what if there were bioweapons in there? Or what if in the future maybe this was a test run or an EMP attack?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Do you have $10,000 set aside for your final expenses? With the increasing cost of a funeral, plus any credit card debt and other expenses you have, your family could be stuck paying that huge bill. Don't let that happen. If you're between the ages of 50 and 85, you could get up to $10,000 or more to cover final expenses for less than $1 a day. Call the Life Insurance Savings Group at 800-663-4141 or go to lifeinsurancesavings.com. With the Life Insurance Savings Group, you're guaranteed acceptance regardless of your health. And with no medical exam, you can't be turned down, even if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or are overweight. Plus, your rates will never go up and your benefits will never go down. All for less than $1 a day. Get your free quote today. Call 800-663-4141. 800-663-4141. Or go to lifeinsurancesavings.com. That's 800-663-4141. Or go to lifeinsurancesavings.com. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Paid for by SelectQuote. Quote.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
There are things you can do to improve the value of your current home if you plan to sell, and a few things you probably shouldn't do. The folks at Lois Oliver Real Estate are experts in real estate in Artesia and can help you with some great advice. If you want to talk to a local expert about buying or selling a home in Artesia, visit with any of the agents at Lois Oliver Real Estate. We know Artesia, and we're ready to help you buy or sell or find local experts who can answer your questions. Lois Oliver Real Estate, we love it here. Find us at 210 South Roselawn or online at LoisOliverRealEstate.com.
Hi, this is Social Norman. DWI is socially unacceptable. Nearly all drivers feel it's unacceptable to drink, then drive. Here's a rhyme to help you remember. The best advice for one who hits the bottle? Let somebody else hit the throttle. You have a lot to lose. Heed the warnings. You could kill or injure someone or lose your own life. If you're driving, even one drink is too many.
DWI, so dangerous, it's criminal. See a drunk driver? Call 911.
We're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show, and joining us from the Artesia Historical Museum and Art Center, Mr. Michael Redmond. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And always enjoy our conversations with Michael, history of Artesia or other things going on around the world that may have had an impact, or at least would have been involved some folks from Artesia. But in the last week, we were talking about the political parties that were in the country prior to the Civil War. Kind of an interesting topic, especially in light of the State of the Union address that was given this week, and the conflict, if you will, between the two parties, the dominant parties that are in politics today. But let's go back to what we were talking about last week. There were Republicans, there were the Know-Nothings, there were the Whigs, there were a number of different parties that were all that had different agendas. Some, as you said, were single-issue parties. Others were a little bit broader than that. And everything kind of coalesced or combined or kind of morphed into, I guess, the Republican Party. But for a while there, they were the Whigs, right? The Whig Party?
Yes, they were the Whigs. And interestingly enough, the Whigs, the Whig Party fell apart after 1850, and in my opinion, New Mexico had a pretty big impact on the collapse of the Whig Party.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was looking into that further, and just out of curiosity this weekend, I decided to try that Chat GPT thing to see what it would come up with for that statement. The question of what was New Mexico's impact on the collapse of the Whig Party.
Uh-huh.
So I had an idea. I had an argument already lined up, relating to the Compromise of 1850, the Whig Party's stance on expansionism and manifest destiny and all that. So I decided to give that Chat GPT a try. Gave it the question of how did the Whig Party tie into the collapse? How did New Mexico impact the collapse of the Whig Party? And its response was, there's no connection. Which seems a bit odd, so I started throwing other questions at it. And so I started asking it things like, when did the Woody Pie Company go out of business? And it said it does not have access to current information beyond 2021, and its status is unknown. Which, if you ask anybody who lives here, they'll tell you it went out of business in 2005.
Yeah, I was going to say. So maybe Chat GPT is not all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Anybody who uses it for history writing would definitely get everything wrong. Like, I asked it, who murdered Albert Fountain? If you ask historians, they'll say that nobody knows for sure, but
well, they had the whole trials, right? They had the trials over there. Kingston, New Mexico, in that area. Is that where all that took place?
I think the county seat. Well, I think that was. Oh goodness, I believe that was Doña Ana County at that point.
Yeah, that's right.
So the county seat would have been Las Cruces or Mesilla.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been Mesilla. But they had the trials. Oliver Lee and a couple of his friends and family were tried and were acquitted.
Right.
Everybody just suspects that maybe they had something to do with it. So Chat GPT said the Wild Bunch.
You'd be better off to do a Wikipedia search than to do Chat GPT, it sounds like.
Oh, definitely. Because then I started asking some more tricky questions, like, where's the Chinese cemetery of Las Vegas, the one where no one knows where it is, if it even exists, because the Chinese community did not tell anybody about it, where it was, when they left during the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
And so the answer that Chat GPT gave was it was at the corner of two roads that run parallel to each other. It does not give specifics. It does not give specific dates.
Yeah.
It does not give specific names, and it says things like I asked it, why was Eddie New Mexico renamed, and said it was renamed to Carlsbad because it was named after the Carlsbad Caverns. It's like the exact opposite of reality.
That's right.
So not only does it get its facts wrong, but it doesn't think obliquely. It doesn't try to establish connections that aren't always obvious. Like when I asked about the Whig Party.
Mm-hmm.
It said there's no connection, but to me, there's a very strong connection between the downfall of the Whig Party and New Mexico being established as a U.S. territory. Of course, the Whig Party, it was anti-expansionist. It was a party built around the idea that the United States should have a national economy. It should have a national infrastructure, national bank. Everything is best run at the federal level. It was the old Federalist Party, just continued on after the Federalists collapsed, and most of the members of the party, it was a big tent party too. So it had business owners, small business owners, large business owners, large landowners who were interested in a strong national economy. It had the old Federalists who lived in the Northeast. It had it brought in a lot of free soilers and anti-slavery people, particularly in the North.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this big tent party and in the cities, it brought in all the people who were opposed to immigration. Like in New York City, it was mostly people of English and Dutch descent who did not like all the Irish and German and Italian people moving in. So it had all these different people, and their political views were all based around those ideas
mm-hmm.
in this big tent. So you can't really nail down one specific view, unlike most single-issue parties. And the events that occurred in United States history in the 1840s were completely against everything that the Whig Party stood for. Like the war against Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
They were opposed to it. The war happened anyway.
Right.
The addition of Texas as a state, they were opposed to it. It happened anyway. They were opposed to expanding beyond the Mississippi River. They wanted to focus on building up the existing United States instead of growing beyond its borders.
Mm-hmm.
But the United States kept on growing beyond the Mississippi River.
Right.
And they were, especially the nationalists in the party, they were opposed to growing the United States and including more people not of English descent, like in New Mexico and California, where there were established cities, people with citizenship of Mexico who had voting rights and all rights, who were of Spanish and indigenous descent, and a lot of the Whigs were opposed to including them in the United States, and wouldn't you know, but the United States naturally defeated Mexico because it had a larger army and a much better economy, and naturally the United States wanted New Mexico and California. So
mm-hmm.
the Whigs were opposed to adding them to the United States, and it happened anyway.
So after a long time of losing, if you will, I guess they decided there needed to be a change.
And what really set the downfall was 1850.
Okay.
1850 was a significant year. You had, there was the different regions of the United States were grumbling about potentially having a civil war. They couldn't agree on things. And so two prominent Whigs came up with the Compromise of 1850. They worked with Stephen Douglas, who I think we all know that he ran against Lincoln and lost.
Mm-hmm.
But they worked together in the Senate to come up with what was ultimately called the Compromise of 1850, which included, among other things, the law establishing New Mexico as a federal territory, which was controversial because the earlier Missouri Compromise established where slave states would be,
right,
and where free states would be, where free territories would be, and suddenly this is creating a lot of lands that would be in the slave side of the Missouri state line. So that made a lot of Whigs uncomfortable, and the compromise did not satisfy them, especially because it established, and New Mexico factors in because, it was established as a territory. It was within the southern side of the Missouri state line, which made it presumably would be a slave territory.
Mm-hmm.
And the earliest people to move there from the United States were all from Missouri and Texas. And they were predominantly members of the Democratic Party, which meant that the party itself, as I stated a couple weeks ago about the slave codes, all the people with connections to Washington, D.C., and thus people who could potentially bring about statehood, were Democrats. So ultimately, the territory tried to cozy up with them until the Civil War happened, and they switched allegiances.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's this compromise that's leaving the Whigs feeling very unhappy because it's establishing all this new territory in the slave side of the United States. But the other part of the compromise was the Fugitive Slave Act, which was extremely controversial because that law basically said that regardless of whether or not the land is a free or slave state, people who were formerly slaves who moved there were still slaves, thus overriding state laws about whether or not someone becomes free.
Yeah. What was the attitude of the people in New Mexico? I mean, I know they were on the southern side of the state line, and potentially, like Texas, could be a slave state, but the people of New Mexico, I don't think were really excited about being a slave state at the time, were they?
Well, they weren't states at all.
No, they were going to be a territory, but
that was that was a cause of great disappointment within New Mexico, that they were just relegated to a federal territory.
Mm-hmm.
They were disappointed further that they didn't like the idea of Southern-style plantation slavery, and that never took roots here. But the type of slavery that they did have here was never recognized by law, and that was a disappointment as well to them. Because the predominant form of slavery in New Mexico at the time were basically sort of more along the lines of household slaves, people who were kidnapped from the indigenous tribes in the area, forced to take on Spanish names, and forced to become Christians, Catholics.
Right.
And that was for centuries how New Mexico tried to transform indigenous people into Spanish people. And they built entire towns like Abiquiu and San Miguel del Vado and Las Vegas for those people. And that was never recognized by law, and that was in fact eventually banned completely after the Civil War. So it was disappointing for New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And the overall compromise was really disappointing because the Whig Party basically gave the Democratic Party everything that the Democratic Party senators wanted in the compromise. And the end result was that a lot of people were unhappy with the Whigs, and so they lost pretty badly in the 1852 election, and people started splitting off.
Going to different parties, yeah.
Yeah, the Nationalists went to the American Party, also known as the Know Nothing Party. The the Free Soil people went to the Free Soil Party. This new party, the Republican Party, started, and a lot of Free Soil people, but also abolitionist-leaning people joined that party. And by 1854, when they were debating on how Nebraska and Kansas would be added as territories and states, the party just collapsed completely. No one wanted to be with them anymore because they weren't getting results.
The Whig Party, so.
And that's all because they dropped the ball significantly for the Mexican War and for New Mexico statehood, or territorial status, rather. The party did not want New Mexico. New Mexico became part of the United States anyway, and everything just went downhill for the Whigs from there.
Yeah.
The Republican Party, on the other hand, embraced New Mexico because they saw it as a free state that that did not join the Confederacy. It stayed loyal to the United States, and so it was very much a welcome part of the Republican regional sort of party back in the 1860s.
And the Whigs go away, and the Republicans gain momentum, and so you still had two major parties, I guess, at this time, but this is kind of where it settled in on the Republicans and Democrats after the Civil War?
Yes, and interestingly enough, they settled in, and all the people who split off for all those other parties wound up joining back together, so it was essentially just the Whigs all over again, but with instead of focusing on national infrastructure, national development, they focused more on small-time farming and national growth through expansion, something that the Whigs were absolutely against.
Mm-hmm.
The Civil War caused all that to just completely flip around. The Democratic Party wanted to expand the United States in order to expand farming and to expand slavery, while the Whigs wanted to keep it small. They were very against manifest destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then it suddenly flipped around the other way after the Civil War. The Democrats were opposed to growth and expansion, while the Republicans wanted to expand and grow.
It's interesting how things change like that. We've got about 30 seconds left. What's on display at the museum, special exhibit at the museum right now?
We have the Artesia Quilters Guild and Artesia Needlers annual quilt show. It's a display of quilts and needlepoint work that they've worked on over the past year, that they display their new stuff every year. It's at the Art Center, and you can visit it between 9 and 1 Tuesday through Saturday.
Excellent. Michael, always enjoy having a conversation